and well met. I am Mr. Eager DM at your service, and we welcome you all to Trapped at Home, a live stream Dungeons and Dragons broadcast presented by Lawful Stupid RPG. Thank you for being here to witness our playthrough of Baldur's Gate, Descent into Avernus. Joining us as always, we have Typhon the Wizard, Persephone the Bard, Falkrunn the Cleric, Jax the Rogue, Silas the Paladin Fighter, Zelmira the Monk, and now Rhimb the Ranger Paladin.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, please. As much of that as we could possibly have. That'd be great, everybody. Die. God damn you guys.
You knew.
I was told we'd... Never mind.
So, Persephone's player is somewhat indisposed, is going to be joining us via audio only. She might have to say goodbye at the break, but we are happy to have her for as long as she is able to be here. Thank you so much, Persephone's player. My friends, it is time. I extend my hand, inviting you to step with me into fantasy. Release your hold on that which you know to be true, and let imagination rule for the next few hours. Last time, Conscript Group 14 gathered solemnly to enact the resurrection of their lost friend, Rhimb. First, they destroyed the soul coin wherein his spirit was trapped, releasing him to the afterlife. His soul traveled to the arboreal paradise of Bytopia, where he briefly connected with his friend Lulu before being called back to life by the power of Falkrunn's divine magic. Shortly after his resurrection, Zelmira, the tiefling monk, arrived, teleporting to the adventurers with the aid of Elila, chosen of Glazia. Then came a parting of ways, as Islin, her soul finally situated within a body that better suited her, took her leave, promising Typhon that she would catch up with him once she attended to her bargain with her patron. Smiler the Defiler, the gregarious but immoral Fae, now in possession of a powerful infernal machine, Golden Doom, also departed, seeking to reclaim his title as Warlord of Avernus. The 7 adventurers made their way back to the Wandering Emporium, fulfilling their end of the deal by turning over the soul of Feanor the Pale to Mahadi, whose plans for her seemed sinister. With no other distractions, Conscript Group 14 turned their attention back to finding the Sword of Zariel. Learning that they required the blood of a Titan, Zelmira told them where they might find one, a cursed Empyrean named Uldrak. As they rested in preparation for their journey, Falkrunn, Cleric of Ilmater, was visited by a troubling vision. Her participation in willingly consigning another creature to unending torment attracted the attention of Loviatar, the Willing Whip, goddess of torturers and sadists. She was keen to recruit a follower of Ilmater, her most loathed rival, and blessed Falkrunn with her favor. The hill dwarf now bears her mark, a scarlet welt in the shape of a scourge. After 8 hours of fitful rest, your magically created shelter dissipates. Conscript Group 14, what do you do?
Rhimb is still struggling to stand. He still looks quite weak from his ordeal.
Indeed. Of course, after a long rest, you may mark off 1 exhaustion point. You are, however, at full health.
Well, remember, it's not an exhaustion point. It is a negative modifier to his rolls. So you're now at -3, not -4.
Right. Thank you. It's an important distinction. Yes. Thank you very much.
4 levels of exhaustion would be
That would be awesome.
A lot worse.
Yeah, much worse. Much
Push
worse.
me into the sticks.
Are we aware that our timeline has changed because of what Rhea did?
As far as I know, there has been very little conversation amongst the group. There was quite a bit of distraction the morning after you all experienced that vision.
I did mention it last session.
has yet to be fully
Rhea
discussed.
had died, basically, but it was just mentioning in like a, let's go, let's hurry up, let's
Right.
go.
Rhimb is
Um,
not aware of this vision.
Neither is Zelmira.
Silas, your map. Do you have it?
I do.
Excellent. Zelmira? If I may, could you please just make sure and point out again on the map where we need to be heading and just...
Zelmira nods curtly, walks over, and points to where they should be going.
I must advise you, Zelmira, don't look too closely at this map.
So,
She's
you are.
confused by that.
It's a map from this place, and if you stare at it too long, bad things will happen to your mind.
I see. Okay.
So, briefly glancing, if you will look on the map here, you see this green Stay there. This green ampersand represents where you currently are, as best as you can tell, based on landmarks that you see or have seen recently. She points to there.
All right.
There is a large sword depicted on the map. Looks to be sticking in an angle. Not unlike the wrecked flying fortress.
DM, from our position, I mean, given the size of the sword, can we see it at all from where we're at currently, or is it still too far away?
Too far away.
Okay. Just... All right, but so looks like we head south.
Don't tell me that's been there all this time and we've only just seen it.
Oh, actually, as we were like traveling through the fire fields, I was just like, man, but that looks like a giant ass sword.
There's a.
I'm sure it's nothing.
It's not that sword though.
But yes, anything anybody wishes to discuss, bringing new people up to speed, discussing visions, thoughts, fears, what have you. This is a good time to do it.
In all of the furor and rush to accomplish our task with securing Rhimb's soul, we lost track entirely of our timeline for saving Elturel. How much time do we have, or do we even know?
Well,
That was Persephone, not me.
yes. Typhon, you would know
Yes.
that based on the timeline that you had, that this would have been the final day before Elturel crashed into the Styx.
But the mechanics of damnation seem to have.
They are delayed
Yeah.
by the sacrifice of one you know, who it's not 100% sure if this actually happened or if it was just a dream, but if you do end up discussing as a group, the fact that you all had it would seem significant. How long it will last, that is anybody's say.
Typhon, how much time do we have before Elturel descends into the Styx?
Well, there's no way of knowing now. It seems to be delayed for the time being.
Delayed why?
I feel that some power has interceded here. Whether on behalf of one or the many faithful, I do not know. But for once, the gods seem to have intervened directly, perhaps. Or perhaps just the faith of one who is very powerful. I had some sort of dream that felt strangely real.
Was it about Rhea?
Yes, it was. It was Rhea.
You had
was
it.
she?
You had the dream too, Persephone.
Yes. And To me, it was very clear that it was her sacrifice.
Sacrifice of herself.
Yes.
Yes.
In the vision, I saw a chain. A chain of light. It seemed to descend to Elturel and hold the city aloft.
The power of faith.
Power of loss. I'm sick of it.
But what she did, she saved so many. We can't let her sacrifice be in vain.
Elmira is quietly listening into this conversation. Who is Rhea?
She was the last of the Hell Riders.
You may make a history check if you wish, Zelmira.
Okie dokie. Let's see.
It's a way of starting a
Critical
night.
fail.
So, with a roll of a natural 1 with a grand total of 2, unfortunately, Zelmira, your travels do not seem to have brought you to Elturel when it was on the land, or if it did, nobody ever mentioned the Hell Riders.
History's in the past.
What is that?
Cool. Stellar.
She was a friend of ours who is dead, and that's becoming increasingly more prevalent the longer we stay here.
I know what it's like to experience loss here. I'm sorry about your friend.
Thank you. And both Rhimb and Persephone have the right of it. If she has sacrificed herself like I fear she has, then we must make it worth her while. Worth all our while.
I am confident that she did it, hoping that we would be able to make use of it. The Hell Riders are elite. She would not sacrifice for no reason. She would not sacrifice simply to buy time for nothing.
She deserves a better fate than the one she suffers now.
If her fate leads to the salvation of Elturel, then it will be another song about a Hell Rider. There are many. However, as long as we wait here, that salvation will die with us.
Indeed. So, mount up.
So, here in the plains of Avernus, the heat from the ground rising up to meet you. Now, with a full night's rest, Rhimb, you begin to take full measure of where you are. Elturel was bad, but it was merely floating above Avernus. Here on the surface, the desolation is complete. Whatever topographical features Avernus may have once had is buried under centuries and centuries of battles. Seems like every square inch of it at some point was the site of a massive cavalcade of death and destruction. There are pools of demonic blood that have yet to evaporate. There are bursts of flame that shoot up from the ground and from the sky. Red lightning streaks across cloudless skies. And all around the horizon, there is a vibrant red glow, just angry, that looks as if a sun is either about to rise or about to set. And that is the only light source. You mount your infernal machines. Who is riding in the Bloodstone and who is riding in the Tormentor?
I believe I'm driving one of them.
I'll ride
And
the
I'm driving the other one.
I'm riding in the Bloodstone.
Having already conversed with Typhon, Zelmira wants to stick with him, so she's gonna go.
All right, so we've got Silas, Typhon, and Zelmira in the Bloodstone.
In your weakened state, I would recommend you stick close to Silas. He should be able to help you.
Agreed.
And I will ride in the other machine, not the Bloodstone.
The Tormentor. It needs a name, but that could be
Tormentor's
for another
pretty
time.
And can we clarify what's the tormentor? Is that
Tormentor is a large, it's one size smaller than the Bloodstone. It's a huge infernal machine, a little faster, not quite as many hit points. It has a harpoon thrower, but its main defense or offensive mechanism is these circular scything blades that spin at a furious pace as it drives. Anything that is within 5 feet of it while it moves takes a tremendous amount of damage.
It's already been renamed.
Oh?
Jax.
Jax's.
That's it.
Jax's.
We're gonna
He
call it
offers rat kebabs.
So I like Goblin Maw. Anybody?
Oh yeah, I like
It's
that.
his food truck.
No. You took Snot Goblin away from me. I'm having Snot Goblin. It's the Snot
Yes. Snot Goblin Mobile.
Nice. All right.
Goblin.
If it's a food truck, can it have a special little horn?
The
Oh, God.
Tormentor, you sit down and you press the lever to accelerate and turn it on, and nothing happens.
Oh, it's broken.
How many people will fit onto the Bloodstone?
8 total.
I looked at Falcon. Can I have another ride? Like a kid at a fair.
It's the Tormentor appears to be out of power.
Oh, then.
So wait, we're just leaving it behind? We could just use another soul coin.
I've just named it.
Persephone. Is that what powers these beasts?
It is.
Does it free the soul when it's inserted?
It
It
destroys.
consumes the soul and destroys it forever, Rhimb.
The kind of release?
Persephone,
Gobbles it up.
would you have put me in this machine?
Never.
Yes.
Never.
There is somebody who loved the soul in that coin. If we can minimize what we sacrifice, we should.
We've been playing that game a lot since you've been gone.
I don't doubt it. But if we can all fit, we should take one.
But if we can all stay alive in 2 and make our chances better of that, then that's what we do.
We've proven that we're stronger together. It's probably better that we stay in one machine. I don't see what a second machine will gain us outside of a split party and weaker survival.
Greater firepower, for one.
Please. Please. For me. One machine.
I don't have the energy to argue about it, but I am really sick of making decisions to be good when nothing ends up being good no matter how hard you try. I just
Persephone,
want us out of here alive.
I'm here. Is that not good?
Yes.
Persephone, I must agree with Rhimb. Faith, Persephone.
She
Not
kinda
every
scoffs.
decision will be good. But
Jax, say goodbye to the Snot Goblin. We'll come. Maybe
just
see it.
pretend it's a giant metal imp, Jax.
Perhaps we could
Can't. I love it.
negotiate a sale.
Might as well get something out of it.
With who?
In the middle of the desert?
We have someone who
this-
seems to answer to our calls. Or at least yours, Persephone. Then
Huh?
I don't think that sort of demon needs transportation, Typhon.
What about Zelmira? Is there any way to get a hold of Smiler?
There's a way I'd prefer not to for my own reasons, but
Say no more. So, Persephone, if you are loath to give it up, perhaps we could at least contact your amicable winged friend.
Amanazro,
Yeah, and not the one I always think it is.
not Osmodeus.
I always.
Oh, no.
If we were doing the Monty Python version of this story, that's what it would be.
There was actually an old skit on the Young Ones like that, where there were two demons, and one of them had a name Orgo. He said, "Nobody ever calls my name. If your name was Orgo, should we go here or go somewhere else?" And then the demon was summoned.
Exactly.
Young Ones. I'm old.
Ha
If I call him, what do we want for it? More soul coins?
It would be an option.
I suppose it would depend on what he has to offer, but anything is better than nothing. But time is of the essence, and so if we cannot get him to come soon, we should just take our loss and go.
I call out his name. Amanazro?
Good day.
Is he there, or am I just hearing him?
You're just hearing him.
I turn to the group and say, he's here.
Looking around for him.
We seem to be overflowing with goods. Wondered if you might be interested in having this. And she points, kind of wondering if he can see.
You will have to describe to me what it is you're offering. I cannot currently see what you are apparently pointing at.
War machine.
I see, a war machine. In good condition.
Yes.
Yes,
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay,
It's been through hell.
She doesn't say that.
Tell him it's called the
Interesting.
Snot Goblin.
Interesting. I could potentially have a use for such a thing.
I am in your debt already. So if you want to just put it toward that debt, I accept. But if you want to make a trade, I'm open to that too.
A tempting offer. I think I will accept the trade. I have something else in mind for our arrangement.
I'm interested to hear.
Where are you currently?
How does one describe where they are in hell?
Yeah,
South of the demon zapper.
I ask, is that, I asked the group, he wants to know where we are. How can I describe?
Yeah, I guess we're pretty close to the demon zapper.
I can make my way to you, but it will take a little bit of time.
We were at the last location of the Wandering Emporium before it started.
I
moving.
see.
How much time? I could tell you where we're headed.
Oh?
That
Where
would
is
be
that?
of use, Persephone, because of the whole reason for this trade. Unless he's collecting it and then meeting us somewhere.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was imagining, that he would just he would go get it on his own time and meet us
Gotcha.
for payment
Right.
elsewhere, so that we didn't have to wait for him.
Hmm.
But how much time did he say it would take?
I should be able to find you before the end of this 8-hour period.
I don't think we can lose a whole day.
No, I
But-
don't expect you to wait. If you do not have a soul coin in this device, it will be safe enough, I think. If
I
you're
agree.
willing to leave it or trade it, the decision is yours. I cannot be there immediately.
I tell the group.
Leave it.
If we leave it and then he owes us the favor for it, that's just as good.
And how shall I tell him to find us again?
I imagine he can locate us whenever we get to a location, so either Uldrak's grave, or if when we get to the grave, if we collect the Titan's blood and then We'll be heading back to the Demon Zapper after that, so we should be...
Pardon me. Can Amonasro hear me now?
Oh.
Which I say out loud as Silas.
And I kind of.
There
check
is
in my head.
no answer. He seems to be waiting for your reply.
It's on the other line.
I will remind everyone that once when we spoke to this very entity, he cautioned us about revealing too much. Our intentions do not necessarily align with his masters.
Elias makes a
Giving
good point.
location and intent could be problematic for us later.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep it simple. For now, we're heading in the direction of Uldrak's grave.
I see. Once you are there, I will join you shortly.
Sounds good.
Right then. So, mount up and off to the grave.
Indeed. And you all leave the Tormentor, the Snot Goblin,
Is it?
and mount up on the Bloodstone, which has just enough room for all of you.
Okay, I was going to say, it's pretty cramped in the Bloodstone, yes? Yeah.
It is. There is room for 8 people, 1 driver, and this will... Everybody doesn't have to be at a weapons port, but each of the weapons port grant cover to a varying degree, and then there is one spot in the middle, the very center, that will grant total cover for 1 medium-sized humanoid.
Jax, would you like to drive?
Oh, yes, I would, yes.
So, they're the ones on the weapon station, but the rest of us we're not like in danger of falling off because the capacity is 8 creatures. So we have spots. Yeah.
You definitely have spots. It's not luxury, but it's certainly the size of the machine itself. You're able it's great shocks as you go over the bumps and such. As long as you are, you have 3 points of contact on the machine, you are fine.
Okay.
Very well. And away you go. Heading towards Uldrak's grave. I would like somebody to roll a d20 for me.
Oh, is it the driver?
It could be anyone.
On it.
Not it.
A 16, and now a d8, if you don't mind.
Secrets. He's got a secret. Oh, 1.
1.
Right.
Well, we don't know if
All
that's
right.
good or
He
bad.
has
so-
one secret.
Yeah. With Sean, I never know. It's like a low number could be good, or it could be all.
Well, I deliberately change up the,
Or it could just be
random
that
encounter.
He's going to do whatever he wants, no matter what we roll.
Yeah, just making
He's
you
just
roll
indulging
random
us.
stuff.
The
just
illusion
because-
of chance.
The
Yeah.
illusion
Yeah.
of chance. That's what this game is all about.
Who controls
As you are
the
traveling, the terrain seems very monotonous. As in the past, as you've driven, you've seen evidence of other creatures, sometimes entire battles or battalions of creatures moving to battle, or flame spouts or mountains, things falling from the sky. And occasionally you do see a meteor streak across. But as you move in this direction, the area becomes flatter and flatter, almost as if whatever happened in this area of Avernus just pounded the ground into absolute nothingness. Anything that stood here, any sort of topographical variation, any ravines, any mountains, any hills, utterly flattened. Difficult to see if it was due to one cataclysmic event or just centuries upon centuries of unending battle. And then, oddly, you see coming up as you move towards it, a tower, part of a building. Difficult to see exactly what, but it is beautiful. Appears to be made of some sort of dark marble with lines of silver and gold striations moving through it. And it's just coming up, not directly on your path, but it is significant in that it is the only thing of interest in sight, sticking up incongruously out of the flat wastes.
Do we all see it, DM?
Yes, it's impossible to miss.
Okay. You say that.
Yeah.
He didn't ask for a perception check.
You will have to move if you wish to encounter it directly. You will have to divert a little off of your track. Otherwise, you will pass probably within 500 feet of it.
Typhon,
Yes.
what do you make of that tower?
Make an Arcana or Religion check. Your choice, Typhon.
If you make religion, I can assist you.
I will religize.
Right. I will aid you.
Oh, nice. I've got a 28. I accidentally rolled it secretly, but I have 28.
Fantastic. 28. Typhon, you, as the wind or the scalding hot air moves past you as you drive along the desert here, the sound of the engine, you've become somewhat accustomed to it. It definitely has overtones of some sort of being screaming and in horrible pain and torment. But as you are traveling and as you're looking towards this ruin, reaching far, far back into your past, when you first began reading whatever arcane tomes you could find, you remember reading something that said that at one point, Avernus, as the doorway, the gateway to the Hells, was designed to be a place of beauty, of temptation, of entreating people to come, sort of the honey that would attract souls to their inevitable doom. And that the blood war and the centuries of battle and the various reworkings of the Hells, the hierarchies of who controls what, that concept of Avernus was abandoned and over time has just disintegrated. But it's possible that occasionally remnants of this original paradise might be found. This could be one of them. Probably has its own set of dangers, but
Lasciate ogni speranza, voi che entrate. It's a remnant
Oh,
of the most ancient days of this place. And I will wax historical.
nel mezzo del cammino di nostra vita vi ritrovate. Sorry, a little Dante's Inferno joke for those of you who are literarily inclined.
it's pretty hot when I sit down.
Conscript Group 14, what do you do?
So, I'm inclined to think we stay on target. Keep going towards the grave of the Titan and try to seek aid to Elturel as quickly as possible.
I would agree.
We do not have any reason to divert.
Very well. You continue past. Several hours pass as you continue to the west. If I may have a wisdom saving throw from everybody, please. No wisdom, yes. This is from everyone. This one is for everyone. Anybody near nearby Silas, which would be, I guess, just about everybody. Ooh, Zelmira, you will add how many to that roll?
4, right?
3. So I've got a 13 from Silas, a 19 from Jax, a 19 from Persephone, 9 from Zelmira, a 23 from Typhon, a 19 from Rhimb, and a 14 from Falkrunn.
16
Plus
from
3s
Rhimb.
all around. I don't know
Plus
that's
threes
going
all
to
around.
help Zelmira, but plus
It's not.
3s.
The
No.
DC,
I tried.
unfortunately, does not beat the DC. Zelmira, you are well accustomed to traveling in Avernus, although it has been some time since you did it. The comfort of the infernal rapture, you don't have to endure the heat and the oppressive pressure of just the menace that is a part of reality on this plane. But even on a infernal machine, moving at far faster rate than you would be able to on foot, it does still take its toll. You are not used to traveling like this anymore, and you suffer a point of exhaustion.
Alrighty.
However, on the horizon, you see a red glow with a little bit of a green tint behind it. So like a red glow that oddly has a green nimbus of light that is just sort of creeping up over the horizon as you come towards it. And as you get closer to it, it sort of rises from the ground, and you realize that there's a slight curvature right here as you get closer to it, almost like a ship coming up over the horizon on the ocean. You see this light and this nimbus of energy get higher and higher in the sky until at about a mile distant, you can see a large sword-like object jutting up from the ground. The area around it seems to have a redder tint to the land surrounding it. But it is this large black blade. Looks like it could be maybe 8 or 9 feet tall. And at the top of it, there is a large glowing orb. Jax, and anybody else with a passive perception over 15. You get the impression that you're not the only ones who are in the vicinity. You could see just barely at about a mile and a half a mile distant, little specks of movement, and a cloud of dust around the sword, which on Avernus usually indicates that there are infernal machines about.
Ah, okay. Obviously, while the machine's going forward, he stands on the chair and looks up. Oh, there's more machines here. And he points him out.
What kind of machines, Jax?
Oh, war machines.
Jax, you may make a perception check now that you have seen that there's something afoot.
Let's see. Falkrunn will
29.
Oh, well,
29. With a 29, you think there are at least 2 infernal machines, not as large as yours. But
Can I see any people milling about on them, or?
you do. You see the 2 machines that you see very far distant. There are figures moving on top of them. You think you might see one actually floating in the air near the top of the sword, near the hilt of the sword, or the pommel of the sword, which is where this red light with the green nimbus around it is.
A war machine or a person? Figure?
Figure.
I'll say, look, it's
We
a
know
big
one person that it's not.
And just to remember, we came here to the clue to get the blood of the Titan was...
Yes, you need the blood of a Titan in order to free the Tao that is guarding the Demon's Ever.
And Zelmira said that who was here that...
Uldrak. She knows that there has talk of a cursed Titan that resides here.
Gotcha. Well, if they reside here, are these visitors for Uldrak? Or is this Uldrak himself? Do you know, is he bound to this place, Zelmira, or is he free to move about and simply calls this place his home?
Do I know that, DM?
You know that he is cursed, and it is a bit of a joke when, in the context that you have heard his name mentioned. It is something that some people find humorous. You're not sure why, but that you know that he is cursed, and as far as you know, the curse involves. You've never seen him anywhere else or heard of him being anywhere else. So.
Okay. I'm not sure the lengths to which his curse keeps him here, but I haven't heard of him being anywhere other than where we currently are.
Well, the location is called Udrak's grave, correct? I mean, are we sure if he's a Titan? I imagine we would have seen him wandering around. Are we sure he's even alive?
Depending on the nature of the curse, I suppose. Maybe he is the sword, or the gem above it, or something else entirely.
Well, regardless, it looks like he has company.
There's something flying up at the top.
Yes.
Are we sure there are beings in these vehicles?
Oh, I can see him clearly. That one's got blue eyes.
You can't see what they are, Jax, but you're
Jax
fairly
believes
certain
he
that they're.
can.
All right, you're fairly certain that they're not. They are not.
29, come on.
Yeah. All right. So
They're
with a
not
29,
elephants.
with a 29, you think that they're rather furry individuals. You can sort of see they have a little bit of a stoop, maybe a large ridge on their back. Their necks, their heads kind of sit a little low on their necks. And,
Are they kitties?
They have tails.
Raga
They are
Draga the second.
kitties!
Any rolls that I can make to determine what they are?
I'll make a nature check.
I used to be good at them.
Can I offer you guidance on that?
Oh, you could, but I've already rolled a 19.
19.
They,
You could.
they appear
This
to be
distance,
rodents.
Yeah.
from this distance, hard to know for sure, but based on your experience, they could be gnolls.
That was my guess.
So,
But how do you know?
Well, we've seen one already. That looks like one of the crazy ones that we saw earlier.
so it's possible, based on your description, Zelmir, that they could be simply here poking fun at this thing, yes?
Yes.
And perhaps we could curry some favor with this cursed creature by
Perhaps
dealing
we could
with
just kill them all.
those that it costs.
Oh,
Silence,
yes.
please.
Well, I mean,
I
he's
think
not
So direct.
he's not
Just leave
wrong,
it a little-
Typhon. That is always an option. But
the most diplomatic way to handle it would be to try to curry favor. I've found that to be effective many
Indeed.
times.
Diplomacy by killing one's enemies.
I mean, there was a dark elf that I could have offered up, but she left, Typhon.
My thought is, if they are indeed accosting this cursed joke, then yes, our form of diplomacy is killing those that mock it and perhaps currying favor that way. Diplomacy and direct action all wrapped into a nice aggressive package. I could try to confirm by sending the imp invisibly to listen, if indeed that winged creature is offering some sort of mockery.
I'll set the vehicle for Ram.
All right, so at about a mile out, they have not yet. You don't think Jax? They don't appear to be aware of your arrival. If you move in any further, it will be impossible, unless you have some very fancy magic, to hide the fact that you are coming.
Magic.
However, are we sending in a scout, Typhon?
I think so.
That would be wise.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so a mile distant, is that going to be a problem for scouting?
I don't think so. Let me pull up Imp Familiar Variant. We can share senses if we're in 1 mile of one another.
Very well. So, Typhon's...
That's not considered splitting the party, is it, DM? We're just sending one scout, right? We're
One
not
scout, that's
splitting the party. It won't be
That's right.
we're a mile away and our party gets ambushed.
You see Typhon sit back into his seat, wrapping his arm around part of the infernal machine to make sure that he is secure. His eyes glow, and his hand drops as he stares off into nothingness and is unaware of anything that you say around him, although he can still feel you. And
Just gotta check his pockets.
invisibly, yes, go right ahead, Jax.
Really?
Make a sleight of hand check.
I wanted to see if he's got the gold. I was joking, so carry on.
Very well, no problem.
He knows I'll banish him.
The imp has been invisible for quite some time, right, Peter?
I resummoned him. I've kind of done the opposite. Unless I specifically say I bring him out for a situation, he's always dimension.
You've resummoned him.
Yeah.
All right, roll a d20.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
Bring Lulu back, bring Lulu back, bring Lulu back.
Natural 20.
You may have the imp back if that is what you wish.
Okay, so is this a new thing?
So your familiar before coming to Avernus was one thing. And then at one point when you summoned him, randomly, you got a imp who is now attuned to you. However, getting the imp back is not guaranteed each time you unsummon him.
Oh.
You don't have improved familiar, do you?
No, I just I did. That's fine. I just didn't know that it was random. You gave an imp, and I said yes.
Yes,
so
I did
know.
give an imp.
I didn't know that. I didn't roll
gift.
I didn't roll the first time. For
I rolled it.
I don't know. So okay, cool. That's fine. I just didn't. I didn't realize that. So as Typhon, I know that now. So may change the strategy hitherto.
Far more useful as an imp. Typhon
Super useful.
Yes.
I want to keep that around. Hence why he's been pocketed.
Indeed. So in he flies. As he gets closer, he sees this sword. Indeed, is this large, looks like a perfectly crafted and forged broadsword that is simply been forged for an enormous creature. Larger than any giant you've ever heard of. This blade would have to be. It's sticks out of the ground, almost looking like a sculpture rather than a weapon of any sort. And at the very end of it, on the pommel, there is indeed a brightly glowing red orb, the outside of which is sort of emanating a green nimbus of light. And sometimes the light contracts and comes into the orb, which then takes on a green light, and then the light around it, the nimbus becomes red, sort of switching between the two. Flying, hovering right next to it is a gnoll. It robes, one large scar across its eye. You see numerous bangles and charms made of bones, desiccated flesh, bits and pieces of semi-precious stone sort of hanging from its robes, and it has a staff, and it has its hand on the orb and looking at it very intently, and you can see its eyes are wide, and it's beginning to glow with green in the same sort of way that the light does, and then switching to red in time with the orb. At the base of this, first of all, coming in, your imp sees an enormous helmet that is half buried in the sand and dirt and ash of Avernus. Somewhat close to the sword, just sort of off to the side. On either side of this helmet are two huge war machines. Not quite what you're used to seeing. They have a much more of a sort of cobbled together feel. Maybe certainly functionable, but put together from various different other pieces. And they are teaming, both of them, with gnolls, just gibbering and laughing and just back and forth. And you see they're all sort of gazing up at this other who is hovering next to the orb on the pommel of this blade. And that is what your imp sees.
And Can I hear what's going on?
Yes. Do you speak Abyssal?
Yes.
So, the Knolls, this conversation is not particularly interesting. It's a lot of them complaining about the heat, wanting to leave soon so that they can get back to the Wandering Emporium. Indeed, as they are speaking, you recall that the first time you went to the Wandering Emporium, there was a large group of Knolls visiting one of the shops there. And these appear to be some of the same. And every time it sounds like one or two of them begin to complain too hard, another one, a larger one, snaps at them, and they are cowed. They're all keeping relatively quiet and glancing up, sort of in apprehension and in awe of this other knoll that is floating by this orb.
He's just doing kind of absorbing the energy or something, or
Make an
manipulating
Arcana
it?
check.
Okay. Arcana. 28.
Having undergone something similar not too long ago, if you had to guess, he is engaged in a battle of wills against whatever this is.
Interesting. Would it be a logical conclusion that Uldrak is stuck in this that this thing could be
It's certainly possible.
contain a creature?
As far as you know, there's nothing in the spell that requires the vessel of a soul to be of a certain size. Something this large seems a little inconvenient. It's a little larger than a basketball. It would be cumbersome to transport.
Right, but as a prison would be.
As a prison, sure. Certainly possible. You're not sure that that's exactly what's happening?
Sure. Yeah. It seems that there's a magic user among these knolls up near the top. Near the pommel, right? That's kind of what it is. It's on the pommel. It seems to be in some type of magical battle of the wills against whatever is trapped or trapped in this object, or inhabiting this object, or perhaps cursed in it. I do not know.
Do we want it to win that?
I have no idea.
I can only imagine whatever's in that sword is not something I would definitely want a gnoll to have.
That is my thought as well.
Shall we advance then?
Well, how far away are they from where we're at?
A mile. This is the limit that you can get before they will probably become aware of you.
We should decide now whether we're going to attack.
So there's
It sounds like yes.
there's just two gnolls, unless.
So this was you be using your perception, Typhon?
I mean,
You're looking
Yeah.
through the you were looking through. So your perception, roll a perception check.
counting. Yeah. It would be mine. Okay. Perception.
So
17.
Alrighty, we do a little checking here.
I'm scared for the back half of this session. I have not rolled below a 17 yet, so.
it's all right. We'll get all the combat out of the way up front, and then just RP the rest of the night.
Yeah.
There appear to be 6 gnolls on each infernal machine.
13
and
gnolls.
You think at first that that is all, and then you see carefully hiding themselves close to the helm 2 others that are going to great pains to be unseen. However, they did not beat your 17.
2 on each, or just 2? Oh,
So just on
yes,
either
the
side of the
helmsmen
helmet.
are just trying to be
not
okay.
no actually the actual helmet, not the helms of the thing. So they are on either. They are off of the infernal machines. They are hiding in and amongst. That's
So
where this helmet is.
math, you're saying there's 8 on the ground and 1 in the
15.
air, or how many?
Okay, so there's 6 on each infernal machine. There appear to be
12.
2 that are trying to hide and 1 in the air.
14.
15.
15
Right.
total. Gnolls are tough.
Yeah.
They're not pushovers.
Are they? We're good at pushing things over, though.
We are really good at pushing things.
Yeah, remember when
Gonna
we
push the
killed that
sword over?
necromancer and like didn't take any hit point damage? Except Silas, you took a ton.
The DM remembers.
And Lulu.
It's because Silas, you took it for us, not
Yes.
because you did worse.
And so do the players for Lulu.
I think we
Friends,
should go and
what are you up
stop
to?
this.
I am with Typhon. I think we should stop whatever that crazy flying gnoll is doing, and then deal with the rest of the problems as they arise. Unless someone wishes to try for diplomacy.
So I'm ramming them, am I?
Rhimb, do you think you can take a shot at the flying one?
Probably not from here, but
Well, no, obviously.
How far is the flying one?
I mean, at the moment,
tall-
they're. I mean,
Way far away.
they're a mile away. It's
Okay.
so many
Everyone,
feet.
Yeah.
Gnolls are
1,600 something.
Gnolls are repugnant. They're disgusting creatures in general, and we are in Avernus. But it might be that we have a reputation. Might be that we can somehow levy that. We don't have to kill everything we see.
Fair, but
We
I
can
would.
allow them to surrender, certainly, but
Or just run away.
Well, I
or
don't.
that.
I just don't think that the one currently in the war for his will is going to be in a mood to talk, and I would much rather have that stopped rather than allow it to complete.
They are also fanatical hunters. I feel their potential bloodlust would be unlikely to back down. But
If it happens, then it happens. I'm just saying. I'm all for surprise. I'm all for advantage. But
I could communicate with the gnoll.
but
How's that not an option?
what would you say to the Knoll, Jax?
Say, oh, stop stealing my power. Pretend to be the gem.
that's
Please
actually
do that.
a brilliant idea.
How many gnolls can you speak to at one time, Jax?
4, I believe.
You're asking him to count.
Apologize.
I can connect with 4.
How close did you have to be to do that?
1 mile.
but can't they voluntarily stop this?
Yes.
Well, if we sneak up, well, so if we ride up on them and say, "Hey, get the hell out of here, otherwise bad things will happen," and then 4 of them suddenly hear the voice of the gem going, "Ooh, stop being my gem," I mean, might convince
So
them.
nothing like that, Falkrunn.
No, of course
Could,
not. Of course
but
not.
we must be ready to strike at the earliest opportunity. We should not hold our weapons back.
Let me just ram him.
With the more force we
Silas is ready.
the more force we approach with, the more chance we have of convincing them, getting them to surrender, run all of the favorable outcomes. So we should go now. And
All right.
Let's
All
go.
right. With a roar, the engine screams into life. You kick up a huge plume of dust behind you as you begin to careen towards this sword at top speed. Before long, you can see frenzied movement around the bottom of the sword, and you can hear as 2 more of these machines begin to spin up their engines, and as you get closer, you begin to hear the cackling sound of this pride of Knowles. Just absolute chaos and insanity as you reach combat range it appears clear that they are not backing down and that they are moving to defend themselves.
Oh, good.
Let us roll initiative, friends.
Yay.
Ding, 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 ding,
Now,
ding.
I will put you on our map for this battle, so that you may arrange yourselves on the Bloodstone where you would like to be. I'm going to go ahead and you can disregard the Tormentor that is to the base, to the bottom of it, and we'll get some initiatives rolled here.
Which is us?
So if you look on the big black bar to the right of the map, you will see your characters here.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And here is the Bloodstone there. So the idea being, of course, that the Bloodstone represents the machine. Remember, all of the siege weapons roll their own attack. So you need to be there to operate them, but when you operate them, you should be able to roll them from the machine itself.
And they all have smite and sneak attack.
Right. But then when it comes time to close combat, we will move to this side of the map. The map, let's see here. I'm going to have to put this on 10 feet, I think. So, which will definitely be better for combat in the Infernal Machines. But if we get into melee combat, I will do what we did on the other map and switch it to 5-foot increments, which will make that much easier. Let's get some appropriate music.
With the stowage, you can't sort of duck in and out of that during combat, can you?
It's a little... it takes... You have to sort of get past some various things. You can, but it would take your entire action to do so.
Makes sense.
So, let me make sure I've got all of my... Let's see, I don't want the Scorn Spitter to have a turn.
This is quite a nice map. I think we really have some nice maps. Is this map included in the default material?
It is not. This is, in fact, a map, a little bit of adjustment from yours truly, but...
Is this one of Pog's maps?
Pog's Props, indeed.
Pog's Props, nice. There's a patreon.com that you can hit. We got a nice comment in the chat, so I wanted to give a shout out while I'm vamping for you.
Very good.
No, it looks saucy. I love it.
Ooh, haha.
And I think with that, we'll have all of our initiatives. Let me double check,
That
everybody.
being the case, could we, as we go to move, could we get a restatement of what we're seeing?
Indeed. Let me double check and make sure we've got all of the players. I see Rhimb, I see Jax, I see Rhimb on there twice. Rhimb, which one is you, actually?
The correct one is the 9.
Got it.
Just because you've had multiple people living in your body doesn't mean you get to roll initiative as
I have all the turns.
So, Jax, Rhimb, Zelmira, Silas,
such an
Persephone,
amateur.
Falkrunn, and I don't see Typhon.
I know. Original one was 24.
Alrighty. Are you in there
Ooh,
now?
that's good to
There
put
you are.
Typhon first,
It is.
after we're all sorted.
Okay. Descending order, we have Typhon Ophiacus at a 24. So, as you come into combat range, this is what you see. Who is driving, by the way? I mean, I guess I could check.
It's
Jax is driving,
I
and
thought it was
guys,
Jax.
everybody, there is a tiny
Okay.
little map to the far, far right. It's a little picture of the vehicle. You will see Typhon on it, Persephone on it, and Silas on it. There's Jax driving, and there's Falkrunn on it, and Rhimb and Zelmira.
So, we
Typhon, are you
have...
manning a weapon?
Yeah, so tell me what everybody is manning, if you don't mind.
It looks like I am on the Infernal Slicer. Is that
Inferno Screamer.
Screamer? That's the one. No, sorry.
Has the music stopped?
It may
I am
have.
not trying to man something, so if I am in the way, I will happily move.
You
I
have
have two
enough,
open
man.
spots.
There's two open things, and you don't have to man them, but they do provide cover.
And
So
they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chomper is powerful.
Have I
so is
moved
the wrecking
to
ball.
something that is mannable?
you are now manning the wrecking ball, Zelmira.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The chomper requires a crew in the very front. So-
I'm doing bow from the center.
So we'll put you in the center then. Rhimb, you are able to move your character, right?
Yeah,
and
sorry, I was struggling.
Make sure that your hit points are current on your character sheet. Because at the moment, Rhimb only seems to have 26 hit points.
No, he's okay. He's okay.
There, he's good. Also, Falkrunn, double check. At level 9, you should have had an API. I don't think you've selected it.
Amir?
So
we can do
check
that between
check your
now
characters.
and her turn.
Yeah, between
Yeah,
now and your
she's got
turn,
quite a few.
check and make sure that you have chosen a feat or an ability point increase for level 9.
Oh, all right.
So, Typhon, your turn.
Okay. Have an idea. Might need a little of your help to
Sure.
realize it. So are there war machines moving?
Not yet.
Okay. Gotcha. In that case, let's see. I will, assuming they will be at some point. Sorry, that changed.
Your plan.
When we get in range, I will. So I will hold an action now to just send a lightning bolt directly through one of their war machines. Let's go with the one on the right.
Okay. Excellent. So, when the time is right, if you look down below, there will be two war machines. One is called Scorn Spitter, and the other one is Yanagu's Lash. Can you see those names? You might not be able to.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can see them. So just specify which one, and the lightning bolt will need to be, since it's 5 foot wide, you'll need to choose the trajectory based on what part of the machine you were shooting it at.
Okay.
So you were holding
Those
until
names show up on the black bar, but not on the actual map. Which is which on the actual map?
Aha, that is a good thing to know. Let us take care of that. Well, you should be able to see it.
It
Oh,
is
I see.
showing
On the map, in the actual map. Yeah,
the actual map and
those
actual
need to be
game.
fixed. There we go. Now you should be able to start seeing them.
They're showing up now. I see Scorn Spitter on the eastern
And Yunagu's Lash.
and Yunagu's Lash on the west. Thank you.
Very good. So you are holding Lightning Bolt.
Yes.
Got
yes.
it. Silas, it is your turn.
We're driving up on them, yes, and they're not moving. Yes.
Oh, Jax has been saying he's going to ram them for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
No one's argued.
Don't. Well,
Jax,
this is why we shouldn't ever let Jax drive.
Jax, we have the wrecking ball for that. There's no need to hit them with the actual vehicle.
What does the chomper do exactly, Mr. DM?
I say that on my
should
turn.
say if you hit Alt and double click on the Bloodstone, it should show you what it does.
I also posted the link to the D&D Beyond stat block to people.
It is
Oh.
super helpful.
And click. When I alt and click, nothing
Alt
happens.
double click.
Which one are you clicking on, Silas?
Both of them.
The one at the top is available for me.
The one on the
Bloodstone.
map.
The Bloodstone. You double click on that. It should bring up the character sheet and show you that the Chomper does
there it is.
+9 to hit. It does 66 plus 4 piercing damage. And you just basically it opens up and just
That's what I
grinds
was
up
getting
somebody.
after is what exactly does it actually do? And it actually does.
Opens up and just and whatever's inside just gets spit out on either side of it, just like a wood chipper, just completely destroyed.
I suppose I'm going to be ready to chomp. I'm going to hold an action to chomp should anything become chompable.
Right. That doesn't apply to war machines itself. It applies to freestanding creatures. The war machines cannot be chomped up.
You gave it to me, then you took it
But
away.
you could still attack it.
yeah. You could still use it to attack. If you run right into it, just like straight into it, you could definitely get that attack off on the war
That's
machine.
what I was going to. I was going for the chomp to disable.
Okay, cool. So you're holding that for when you're in range.
If I'm in chompable range, then I shall chomp to disable vehicles.
Very good. That's going to bring us to Zelmira.
So I have a question. What do the colors denote on each of the little guys?
On each of the gnolls, just separate, so that you can say, I'm shooting at red.
Great,
I'm shooting at green. Shooting at orange.
Okay. So I would like to hold an action as well. I will hold Water Whip until a time at which I can use it.
Alrighty. Alright, it is now Yanagu's Lash's turn. As it moves into position and begins to make its way towards you. Let's see here. So it now turn it around at a later point here, but it moves. See, it was there. It moves. See, it was there. Move on. Moves to here, and then there's a huge burst of black smoke as you see a huge a plume of fire comes out the back of it that has sort of a green tinge to it as it gains a tremendous amount of speed and moves even further. But first, I need to roll a d20. Oh, all right, so we're good. Moves to there. And that is as far as it can move. Now we are to Persephone Steelhollow.
Right. On the map, I'm a little confused, which is our vehicle.
The one that's being pinged right there is yours. Any questions, Persephone?
You're muted if you were trying to
I
talk.
was talking, yeah. I'd like to hold an action, and as soon as I come within 60 feet of either other machine, I want to cast Heat Metal.
Okay. Now, so heat metal, although it has worked for you in the past, I have done a reassessment of that spell.
Fair enough. I wondered how long you would let me get away.
It can be used to heat a portion of the infernal machine. They are made of multiple pieces of metal, so you will not be able to target more than one, possibly two, depending on what you target.
So, does heat metal specify an object?
Yes.
I was looking that up because I was looking for animate objects, and there is a little thing in the DMG that objects are a single object, and things like vehicles are multiple objects put together, and so are not objects, which is
made of many.
Yes, the DM had made a note in this in our private chat.
Well, because otherwise you could use it to heat the entire infernal machine.
Or a house, because the house is an object.
Exactly.
Heat the entire sword.
Right.
One object.
I'll still do that. I will aim for heat metal like around the steering column. So
right.
if I can guess where they are trying to drive from, that's where I'll focus it.
All right. Excellent. So, if you would be so kind as to do your turn, Jax.
Like Texas in the summer.
Jax is like
exactly.
confused. Which one? No, I'm gonna wreck them. Which one? And he waits for someone to point.
Close to either of them. Within 50 feet.
He goes to. I've got to play it to what Jax has been saying. He's going to ram you.
Well, we multiple characters said don't do it.
I've
so.
not heard it. That happened.
You okay?
Have they? Oh, I'll drive by then. How can I attack with the vehicle?
You are the helmsman. You can use your action. If you look on what a helmsman can do, you could use a bonus action to feed a vial of demonic ichor in order to increase your speed. Otherwise, you can do the chores or the tasks that the helmsman can do.
Which is drive and steer.
You can use your action to move 100 feet, 50 feet. You could use your action to move in any direction. If you don't do anything, if you just stand up and do something else, then use your action to do something else, and the infernal machine will continue on for its speed in the last direction it was moving.
Okay, I will drive by this one.
Okay. So,
can I ram it a little bit?
Love tap.
You're never gonna get to drive again.
Sure, if that's what you want to do.
Like try to in a way of like trying to knock it over, like like in it at a certain point.
Whether the pot hits the kettle or the kettle hits the pot.
It's a bad idea. We all yell, "Jax, don't ram it!" as he continues in unison.
Okay, he will never be allowed to drive again.
Don't worry. When we ram it and I'm in the nose and I get crushed, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be fine. Falkrunn will bring you back.
Why do you think he's so intent on doing it?
No, I'll drive by it. So boring. Not driving ever again.
Sorry.
So, go ahead and move it where you want to move it, Jax.
You're responsible for everyone in this vehicle.
Yeah.
How do I turn it again?
So it's hard to see. There's a little. Don't worry about turning it.
Right, I will
It's the easiest
drive,
thing.
It's Tokyo
sort
drifted
of
over
going
there.
past that way, like this way.
You want to go? Okay, so right. Okay, so when you get to say here, we start getting some held actions that go off. First up, we have Typhon. Your lightning bolt gets shot. Show me where on the infernal machines down below you would like the lightning bolt to go.
Looking at the angle here, it seems like it's going to come sort of from its northeasterly.
Okay.
So let's do it. I mean, kind of like
that. All right.
that looks like. Do I want the driver though? Can I get? That looks like 4 things hit in the path. Let's
Let me just see. It's as far as I can zoom in. Definitely hitting green. Definitely hitting orange.
Looks like a square of reds. The corner of red's square there.
All right. I'm happy to go. I'm happy to play by those rules, but that's what I'm doing as well.
Well, I mean that's fine. I mean it's at a 90-degree angle, so I can't angle it anymore.
I know.
So I can go.
But it's so the question is, do we want to interpret it as if it touches at all, then the creature is affected by it, or do we want to keep it that it has to be, it can't, if it's just going right on the very corner, then that doesn't count. I'm happy to do either.
It's up to you. I would angle it.
snapping
I feel like I can't change it. I don't think I can't make it not a drawing. But
Yeah, you might be able to change the snap so that it can free rotate.
So not that is not a drawing now. Now I can make it a drawing and see what you can do with it.
aha. So because I'm not trying to I'm actually not trying to cheese it.
I know.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Like that. Okay. Yeah,
3 of
that'll
them, but
definitely
I
work.
want the
Got it.
driver.
So you got the driver. They've got bonuses because of all the cover they've got.
Okay.
So I'm going to delete that for now. So I've got some. These are dex saves.
Correct.
All right. And the machine also needs to make a dex save. So, I've got a natural 20 on the helmsman. For a total of 23. For a total of 26. Because of his half cover. On green, I have a 4. So that's a 6 with his cover. And another natural 20 on blue, so that's 26. So 2 have succeeded, 1 has failed. And let's see what happens to Nagu's Lash. As the helmsman tries desperately, I've got another natural 20. Holy crap. So that is 3 natural 20s, so half
Really
damage
rude.
for the machine, which is how much? So 20.
Right.
Damage is
Who's
20,
checking
which
his
does it
rolls?
still mishap it?
Yeah, 20 is the mishap. I do have to roll on. Do you want to roll?
Sure. I actually have a little macro that I can click, don't I?
Go for it. Mm-hmm.
I like it. Mishaps. It flips.
Holy crap, you kidding me? Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Hey, you got 3
what a
20s.
lovely day!
All right. Okay. So before I handle that, let me take care of damage on
before we
these
handle
poor
that,
unfortunate gnolls.
Other than oh my gosh, what is the roll? What just happened?
Yay!
I rolled a mishap, which is when the war machines take a certain amount of damage, they have to save or something happens, and I rolled the worst possible thing for it, which is the flip. It flips over, lands prone, comes to a dead stop, and everything on the inside has to make a strength saving throw or be thrown off.
Yep.
And what was the damage roll that you'd made?
I rolled a 40 damage on my lightning bolt.
Alrighty.
I thought, I'm gonna upcast this. I'm glad I did.
The one of the
I'm gonna
gnolls
twin
was
cast that.
destroyed outright by the lightning bolt. So far, nobody has failed their strength saving throw to fall off.
Oh, they've rolled above 20. Wow.
Oh, it's 20? Oh, never
DC
mind.
20.
And it's not a save versus. Yeah, okay. They don't get any bonuses to this. Okay, it's another fail. Another fail.
Brr.
And that's all fails. So all of the as this lightning bolt shoots out from Typhon, just comes out, and it encompasses the entire front part of this war machine. You see one gnoll just and fall an absolute cinder as it took the brunt of it. But the war machine itself seems to be moving on, but then there's and something about this black flame and fire that's coming out the back of it that has increased the speed does not react well with this arcane electricity, and there's this cloud of like plasma begins to form in the middle of it, and there's just this and you have to shield your eyes for a moment, and then when you can see again, you don't see the infernal machine at all, and then it just lands right in front of you, scattering gnolls in all directions.
Oh, Jax screams with pleasure then as he continues to run them over. That's still my action,
Alrighty.
isn't it?
You're far too
I know
trusting.
other people have got their
Yeah, you
held
did. So
actions.
let me put these gnolls on the board for you to play
I mean,
with.
that's how we took out a warlord of Avernus. We took out Ragabaga by just driving over them. Grinding.
All right, so just to
Death Race 2000.
scatter things around here.
I'm sure there's
How many
other
points do
held
you get for a
actions.
knoll?
This will be a good chomper target, too.
Oh man,
And the infernal machine is
still
forcocked.
holding my action.
All right, so that is Typhon's held action. Beat that, Silas.
I am manning a chomper with a goblin driving.
Okay, so held actions
That sounds like a
for
weird
the
game.
purposes of this, the idea is, of course, that the machine is continuing on. Jax seeing a target in front of him, I assume you move.
Yeah, and then he wants to go in like a
You
drift.
move to intercept, so you move by there.
Yeah.
You see right in front of you, Silas, the lever that you pull to activate the chompers. And as you pull it, the gears kick into the drive shaft, and you see in front of you just this mass of whirling blades as you begin to see light as the front of the machine just opens up. And sort of standing up, eyes wide in terror, is a gnoll as you just come right into it. It needs to make a, let's see, what kind of a save throw? Dexterity?
It's an attack.
It's just an attack. All right, roll your attack
16 to hit.
16.
He's prone, right?
He is
Because-
prone. Yep. So that's so roll again.
It already had 2.
16. 16 is a hit. Because it doesn't have the cover from being in the infernal machine.
22 piercing damage. Does that kill him?
It does.
Oh, good, because a target reduced to 0 hit points by this damage is ground to bits and spit out through pipes on both sides of the demon
That is
brain.
exactly what happens. You see this gnoll come into the blades, maybe 3 feet in front of you, and just, and then out either side, this sort of slurry and slaw-like substance that was formerly a furry gnoll.
Slaw?
Yes.
So glad I just ate.
What? Gnoll
God,
slaw.
that's good.
Gnoll
So
slaw.
that is one dead
Slaw.
gnoll, and I'm going to go ahead and say that you've moved on past there.
I want to drift it.
You're going to drift it to there. All right, so that is the extent of your movement, unless you want to use your Dax action to move again.
Yeah, I'm going to drift it, keep drifting it till I go. You know, like we don't see them in the movies, but they drift around the cars.
Oh,
drift
absolutely.
around
Yeah.
people.
You got to turn right until you turn it
Yeah.
back.
So it's just as you come around. So Silas has taken his held action. So, but as it comes around here, we have other held actions to take. So drifting around. Next up, we have Zelmira Apateon. Excuse me. Apateon. Zelmira
A
Apateon.
Pateon.
Apateon.
De la.
Zamira
De la Rosa, de la Cruz, de la la la.
Very nice. Well deserved.
Okay, so I have held a water whip. Beep boop bop. So am I? That's awful.
Joe.
Okay.
That's my favorite. Gazpacho. Good. Because it's red and chunky. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting your turn.
God, no, you're fine. I was figuring what I was gonna
So
do.
to reference what happened in Critical Role the other day, like
Oh my
throwing a
God.
Slurpee out the window of a moving car.
No.
Just
What? Okay, so I am going to use my water whip
water whip.
on the little
water.
orange guy
Go for
right
it.
here. Alrighty.
So
See.
cast your spell.
Yes, yes.
Use your mark off your key points.
Mark off my
and
key.
he's got to make a. Is this just an attack?
This is just an attack. It's not a spell.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Beep it up, boop beep. Okay. Coolsies.
That's a hit.
Yeah. All right. So
And,
22
That's a
bludgeoning
DC.
damage.
That's a DC, not
So it's not a. So that's
Oh.
22 points of damage.
Yeah.
If he fails his saving
But did
throw.
he?
You got-
I
you got
assumed
disadvantage.
He rolled a natural 1.
Ha! He
So
does fail.
that's 22 points.
Exactly.
And as the demon stone drifts around, just this water whip comes out and pops his head right off.
Oh,
and
God.
he is dead.
I regret everything.
Welcome to Avernus.
Oh, jeez. All right. That was my held action. So-
All right, and then continuing around, we have Persephone.
So, there's no machine to heat up anymore. Where's the second one?
The second one has yet to go.
It's like not on the map yet. Is that what you mean?
It hasn't had its turn yet. This is still Jax's turn. You are all taking your held actions.
It's right here though.
Yes.
Oh, it's down here, so it's still too far away. Turn it. But as long as I get to it within this round, I could still try and I could still hold that, right?
You're still holding it until the beginning of your next turn. So if
Was-
something happens
were-
between now and then,
were
but you were
you-
holding it specifically for when you got in close range with the
because
machine,
we-
right?
I said
We got
I
90
the
feet of it.
machine. Yeah.
We got within 90 feet.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
I don't know what the
I have
range
to
is.
be within 60 feet.
But there's there's no point in her casting the spell now if there's nothing on it. So I would say that you've lost the spell unless you want to use it. I will say that you can use it to heat up something that one of these gnolls is holding instead.
Then I'll do that. But
Okay,
instead of
then
losing
you are able
spell.
to at the very last second change the target. Purple, red, or green?
Let's go with purple.
Purple. What are you heating up? He is holding a mace, and appears to be wearing leather armor. Does not have much metal on him, but I will say that you find
The mace, or I mean, if he's got like a necklace or like.
Let's see. Let me see what they've got. Yeah, no, he's not a mace. He's holding a spear, actually, which does not have metal. He has hide armor. He's wearing he's holding a shield. The shield is made of metal.
There you go. And that'll be 14 fire damage.
14 fire damage. This is this gnoll appears to be slightly hardier than the others, and he takes the damage. So that will bring us finally to the end of Jax's turn, and their turn.
Is that all my turn? Is it?
Yeah, you used your action to move, and then your movement to dash.
And did he drop his shield?
Yes, he does.
Cool.
Can I not? Because I've got like 2. I can move 3 times though, can't I? Usually.
Not that you can move 3 times. The war machine cannot.
Okay.
So this war machine comes rolling towards you all. There's another burst of black energy from the back of it as it gains speed and moves closer to you all. Let's see. Comes up. See, makes a hard turn, screeching past the puddle of Knoll.
Like puddle of mud.
This would have also triggered Persephone's held action, though, right? Because if it came within, it hasn't been
It's
her
the
turn.
semantics of held actions. She was holding it until she was in range of one thing, and it has to go off at that. Moves to here. Let me actually can get to right there, and you see on the back of this one, there is a large structure that you've never seen before. It looks to be some sort of cistern or tank. And there is a hose in front of it, and there's a gnoll who's got a large sort of shield in front of him. And coming out the bottom of it is this aperture that has this hole, this nozzle on it, and he turns it towards you, and just this spray of steaming, acidic liquid just splashes out over the bloodstone.
So he hawked a loogie at us?
He hawked a big old loogie.
That's illegal.
Very rude.
Yeah.
Let me just make sure that I'm in range. I do believe I am. So put that on the board. So this sprays along there.
Well, it looks like that would be me.
Yeah, I will.
Can you use it on the
I
diagram?
I can. One moment. So it starts from there, and kaboom. So it gets that entire side, which is going to be.
Gotcha.
Changing perspective.
It's like a 30-foot cone.
Yeah. This looks like it's going to be that. So, I will need Falkrunn to make a. Just a second here. I believe it is Constitution, but let me double check.
All right.
That's very off.
Let's see. Oh, no. Yeah, it is a dexterity saving throw.
Well, hot dog.
Just Falkrunn?
No, everybody that is affected by that spray there. So this is acidic damage,
All right.
not poison. So that's going to hit Rhimb. It's going to hit Falkrunn, Typhon, and Zelmira.
All right. Are we within range of Silas, or is he too far away from us? I don't think he's.
Silas's aura is how much?
10.
10. So on this map, we're going to go look at these squares. Each of these is. It says 10 and 20, but
But it's actually, yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be there.
Is half cover granted with this attack?
Half cover depends. Only the person in the helm has half cover.
The wrecking ball
No,
gives
sorry.
half
The
cover.
wrecking ball does too.
Sorry. The person in the helm has 3/4 cover. Everybody else who is manning a station has half cover. So that is a +2 to your dexterity save.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then, Sean, I don't know why it doesn't show it, but I have Shield Master is the feat that I took. And I
Okay.
don't know why it's not showing that. So
Did you take it at level 9?
You have to reload it.
Did you take it at level 9?
I did take it at level 9, yes.
Well, just go make sure it's re-clicked. Just go in and make sure it's clicked.
I put my aura up, so it
Yep, that's very helpful. Thank you.
Persephone, Rhimb, and Falkrunn, and that is the correct measurement. It's
Great. That's very helpful.
Lovely.
My
not seeing
dex
it. Oh,
save
there we
was
go.
26 plus the 2 for half.
26. So the
28.
DC is 13. So everybody who has rolled higher, actually, the DC is 12. Everybody who's rolled higher than 12 has saved.
You gotta be freaking kidding me.
No!
Falkrunn. What's
No.
that roll?
So my dex roll was a 2. So I get to add, friends, 2. I get to add my shield bonus because of my shield master. I also get to add half cover, so that's an additional 2. So I'm up to 4 now, mind you. And with Silas's, what, +3? Mm-hmm. Right, so that gets me up to 7. And even with all of that, with the +7, I roll a freaking 2. So I come in for a grand total of 9.
Jax, would you also be so kind as to roll a dexterity saving throw for your the bloodstone? So, Alt double click and do dexterity
I had
saving
it up
throw.
just now. I don't know why I took it back down again.
The damage from this spray is 39 points of acid damage.
Holy.
Rolled in
Those
with
of you who
advantage.
saved take half.
Okay.
Dexterity saving throw
30 or 39?
39. Jax, you were not able to turn the bloodstone in time, and so the bloodstone takes 39
Is it
points
the
of
Bloodstone's
damage.
dex, I'm assuming, not mine.
Yes, the bloodstone's dex.
I
And
don't know
it's
why it rolled with thing.
sorry, a clarification for me. When you are having an odd number, do you
Always round
take
down.
the round down. Great.
Yes.
Thank you.
19.
DC was 12. So that is a lot of damage, and it does
But you
beat
can fix it with flex tape.
Yes, it does beat the threshold, the mishap threshold for the bloodstone.
As I'm driving, can I use my ring of evasion?
No, unfortunately. You could on you for your saving throw, but not for
I didn't
the
think
machine.
so,
Just saw
so-
Silas's background.
What is the heck is this?
It's the calculating face.
All right, so mishap. Here we go.
Did we just added 10 to our mishap threshold, right? Or was it doubled?
You just added 10.
Mishap threshold is 20, yeah.
But we added to it.
Added to it, so it's actually 30.
Oh, okay.
The Infernal War Machine, blinding smoke. The helm station fills with smoke and is heavily obscured until this mishap ends. Any creature in the helm station is blinded by the smoke. Repair is a DC 15 dexterity check.
Oh,
It will
nice.
take somebody's action in order to make that repair. Right. And then they move a little bit further past using the remainder of their movement, and that is them done. So, that will be their turn. And now we're at Falkrunn.
Alrighty. Falkrunn is going to go ahead and take the Screamer. Which is
Okay.
on the side of it. Sean, does that have an arc to it? Like, can I turn it and point it, or is it just?
Yeah, you could point it anywhere, any creature you can see.
Okay,
within
then
range.
I'm going to point it at the helmsman of the war machine that just shot at us. So.
All right, he's got a bonus to his. Well, what sort of save is it?
Well, it's a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
So I don't think your armor will save you on this one.
And your passive perception is
My passive is 14.
14. I'll say that is enough. You're able to see just the littlest bit of the ear of the knoll from the back. From the front, it would be much harder to see. But since you're looking at it from the back, you do see the front of this knoll. and he will make a wisdom saving throw. He's rolled a 5.
All right, the DC is 15, so
Okay.
that there's a fail. So I roll 4d12.
Yep.
He takes 4d12 psychic damage. So survey says 23 psychic damage.
Wow. So he appears again. This one appears to be a little bit. They put the healthier ones in charge of driving, but you see him rear up and just grab his head and just as the infernal machine that he's driving jukes back and forth wildly before he puts his hands back down on the steering wheel, shaking his head. Anything else for you, Falkrunn?
No. Oh, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and I think I've got a health potion. I'm gonna heal myself a little bit. So
Alrighty.
I don't have a health potion, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use my bonus action to cast healing word on myself. So
Falkrunn, as you cast your healing spell, shit,
Oh, no.
the
I hate this when he says
welt
it.
on your neck begins to pulse with deep pain, and you feel as if somebody is lashing you back and forth across your back. Intense pain. You grit your teeth. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Always better than my deck save. Nope. Well, no. So
All right.
That was a crit fail.
Falkrunn,
Came in
you
with a
are healed.
3.
The healing magic works.
I am?
Except it is incredibly painful. And because you have failed your Constitution saving throw, you are stunned until the end of your next turn. And that will bring us to the gnolls, the ones that are still alive. All of these, let's see, runs to here, runs to there. No, can't quite get there. He runs to there. He runs to there. Actually, he runs and jumps on top. And they each draw a arrow from their longbow, and they all fire at Jax, the helmsman. Gonna be incredibly difficult to hit. That's a 10.
Nope.
That is a 6.
Nope.
And that is a 7. All 3 have missed.
Nope.
There are also gnolls on the other. They also fire. 2 of them fire at Zelmira.
Who also has cover.
Yeah, 19 Zelmira. You have +2 to your AC thanks to your cover. But does a 19 hit?
It does, but can I use my reaction to deflect missiles?
You certainly can. Roll. Is it a D10?
It is a D10. plus
D10.
2.
Roll your D10. Oh, so instead of taking 9 points of piercing, you pluck it away, but you're out of practice, and you look and you see that the arrow is actually sticking in your hand. You take 8 points of piercing damage.
That's, just so you, that's 1d10 plus your dex plus your monk level.
Oh,
so-
that's right. Yes, 1
Yes.
plus your dex, so that's much better.
Plus
Plus
your
my
monk
level.
level.
Plus your level.
12.
Your
12.
monk level.
Oh,
Only
she
the
can
monk
throw
level.
it back then.
Yeah, you totally succeeded then.
Okay, I was like...
You brought the damage.
Although that's
you tried-
pretty damn funny to
You brought
think
the
about, like,
damage below 0. So if you wish, you may use a key point to catch the arrow and just throw it right back at the guy who shot it at you.
I do wish.
It's really
Very
cool.
well.
Yes.
Make your attack with your deflect missile attack.
Okie dokie. Do
Love that so much.
Did that work? What do
Hasn't
I
come up
push?
yet.
Okay.
It shouldn't be any more than just a D20 plus your dex modifier.
It's
Yeah.
a ranged weapon attack,
I'll
so
just
any ranged
roll,
weapon attack on
yeah.
your
You
shield.
can actually make a dart attack.
Yeah,
that'll work.
work.
Same thing.
Also, are we obscured because of the because of the smoke?
You are obscured.
Oh,
The
just me.
helm's the helm area. Yeah.
I don't
you
have
just say
darts
Helmira?
in my thingy.
That should be a.
So could I just roll a d20 and then do the...
Yeah, that'll
Okay,
work too.
Great, cool. All right, So
Oh my god! What is happening? So roll 2d8.
all right, hell yeah.
Don't shoot the monk, dude. What were you thinking?
He doesn't know it's a monk.
Why? Of course.
Yeah.
So 8
right.
points of damage at the one who was stupid enough to shoot you.
Does she add anything to that?
8 points of damage plus dex.
Oh, plus dex, right.
Ah. And
So that's 8 plus 4 or 8 plus 5?
boop-a-doop,
3, no?
plus 3. Actually.
8 plus 3,
Yeah.
got it.
It's a
So
crit,
total.
right?
Yeah, but you don't double the. You only double the die roll. Stop it, Silas.
Or don't, right? Just kidding.
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
different
He
games,
will
different
kill
table
you.
rules.
Yeah.
Mr. DM, just in
All right,
fairness, different
fair
games,
enough.
different table rules.
Fair enough. Extremely surprised that Noel has an arrow in him now. The others both missed. But then it's time for the harpoon the harpoon thrower to fire. So much to take care of here. Alrighty.
That is
So
a
that
very
is a-
dangerous weapon that he's bringing to bear on us.
AC 22 against, let's see, who is within range here? Against Falkrunn.
And Falkrunn is prone, so that's a disadvantage.
Disadvantage, so that would be, why is Falkrunn prone?
Because
I'm
Falkrunn is stunned.
Yes.
So, becoming stunned does not make you prone. It makes attacks
it's
against you have
okay.
advantage.
Yeah, attacks against me have advantage.
So 22 is what he has. 10 points of piercing damage. And the other harpoon fires at Typhon with a natural 20. Hitting AC 26, doing 27 points of damage.
Whoa.
Kabloom.
Someone's rolling
And
all
that
the
is
20s today.
their turn. Rhimb, it is your turn.
Yay!
Hold on,
Okay.
Does Typhon have any reactions?
He's welcome to use them.
Or just before we snap?
What do you mean? Snap, snap.
Do you want to use shield? Do you want to use any
I mean,
spell to
there's
mitigate?
no shielding versus a
Natural 20, right. Yep, that's true. Okay.
So, and I actually do not have a reaction anyway. I absorb
Oh.
elements.
That's right. So,
Otherwise, I would be unconscious right now. So.
Rhimb.
Okay, I haven't rangered in a long time. I'm going to start with Hunter's Mark, and I will have 3 attacks against the Knoll praying at the orb, or trying to absorb the orb.
The Orb Absorber. Okay.
Orb absorber. These are all at -3 penalty.
So as you look up in here, you see that there appears to be more. Now that you're closer, you see there appear to be more than one of him, sort of hovering around this orb up at the top. Some of them must be illusion.
Well, I will do my best to disillusion them.
Right.
The first attack is a 18.
And 18 does hit.
All right.
Just a second here. I need to roll
sure.
for his mirror image. Righty. D20.
For me?
For me. Oh, I have failed. You hit the creature.
All right. Does that mean I know which one it is?
No, it just means that you you did not hit one of his duplicates. The duplicates are still there. You managed to pick right. You picked the one that is actually him. So
Okay.
12 points of piercing damage.
17.
17.
17
actually.
points of piercing damage.
Way
He
to go,
needs to make a
Ranger.
concentration check.
Mirror image isn't concentration.
This
No,
Reaver
he's
wasn't
concentrating
caught
on
off
something
his
else.
guard.
Has failed.
Oh,
Interesting.
please say it's fly.
Does he drop to the ground?
He does drop to the ground.
I'm back, baby.
Let's see here.
Rim shot.
He made his dexterity saving throw, so he lands on his feet, but he sort of looks up wildly, looking back up the orb, and looks all over at you with just wide eyes and a snarl, and just.
Is that?
And those of you who
Motherfucker.
speak,
Was he?
as those of you who speak Abyssal, he yells, "You fools! What have you done?"
What?
Apparently made him mad.
How high is the
It is less than 10 feet.
Oh, it's just a little sword. I thought it was like
I thought it was a sword like 300 feet in the air. Yeah.
Yeah, like a building.
He said 8 or 9 feet.
I said 8 or 9 feet.
Like the shard.
I was judging by the previous map.
And
previous
the
map. I'm like, man, it's
and the map here, it looks giant.
It does look quite large. I will give you that. I will give you that it looks quite large. Perspective changes things a little. And now it is his
Titans were
turn.
Impressive.
Wait, no, I got 2 more
Oh,
shots.
take your 2 more shots.
How very dare you?
we're just
okay.
suffering
Better
a
that he
fate
didn't
all too
land
common,
prone.
Peter.
You don't have to.
Right.
What did you say? Sorry.
Did all of the other mirror images, are they still up there? Did they all
No,
fall with him?
they're still with him. So you
right.
need to see if you get lucky again.
All right. Shot number 2. That is a 17.
All right, that will hit. I will need to roll
Come on,
to
fail again.
see. All right, this time one of the mirror images blinks out. You did not hit him.
And the final attack.
All right, I will roll again.
16.
It's a 16, Sean, don't forget.
16. He's still good. You hit one of the other mirror images. You do not hit him.
All right.
Now it is his turn.
So there's one left now.
There's one mirror image left, correct. He calls out to the gnolls. Abba! Ida! We need to leave now. And he runs over here.
What did we do?
That will bring us to the top of this round. But before we do that, why don't we take our 10-minute break?
Okay.
See you all back here in 10 minutes.
We're chasing this guy, right?
The adventurers here on Avernus have been heading towards a location known as Uldrak's Grave. Approaching it from the northeast, they saw that it was being swarmed by infernal machines that seemed to be crewed by gnolls, including one that was flying and trying to do something mysterious and arcane with the pommel of this large sword. They moved to attack with a mighty lightning bolt from Typhon Ophiacus completely disabled one of the infernal machines and have been systematically destroying its occupants. However, the other infernal machine has come in and sprayed theirs with acid, doing damage to the infernal machine and to several of the players. And now we are at the top of the second round of this combat. So here we go with Typhon.
Good timing.
I mean,
Rolled a
he-
natural
what
the
happened?
lightning bolt that he released first, that first lightning bolt for people coming
Man
back,
of few
It was
words.
just incredible.
it wiped
Typhon
through
Ophiacus, known as the
3
Night
gnolls,
Surgeon of Baldur's Gate.
and
Was
then
he
it
eating a
flipped
cracker?
the infernal
You eating a
machine.
cracker?
It's,
Just like
incredible. The
You're muted now.
yeah, the
You're
random
muted.
roll-
You're muted.
It was a
Choking,
really
he's
nice,
muted. He is.
crusty, salty, dry pretzel. So like actually the thing that I could not have picked a thing that took longer to eat.
Gazpacho.
I knew it was my turn. It's
all
on
right.
me.
Silas had you, man. He was vamping.
I know you guys are great. Let's try and.
Actually,
He's a
everybody was
gnoll.
vamping.
So he's like a gnoll. Are all gnolls like sort of burly, strongish looking?
Pretty, yeah. Some
Pretty?
appear to be. And I misspoke earlier. I said that the helmsman was the helmsman actually was the one who became the goo. This appeared to be another one that was a little larger and beefier than the others. Was able to withstand the arrow attack, the deflected arrow attack from Zelmira.
Right. I'm talking about the caster though. Is he?
The caster
burly
is
still?
a little on the older side. He still looks like he was powerful at one point, but has a bit more age to him.
All right. I'm gonna try and earthen grasp him.
All right. Could you be so kind as to place?
Absolutely.
What is this?
Let me double check that I have the range though. I don't.
You don't have the range. Okay,
Sorry.
so I'm going to delete that.
I rushed my
all right.
pretzel brain.
I hate
Alright.
when that happens.
I know pretzel,
Pretzel
brain.
brain.
Pretzel
nickname in
brain.
high
We've
school.
all been there.
I
Brain
mean,
freeze.
let's just do
Brain
some
pretzel.
chill. I guess I'm just gonna attack with Chill touch. I don't.
Chill touch.
Hang on. Oh, this. We've still got a lot of people alive on this thing.
Yes,
Just kidding.
they're all alive.
I'm gonna blast it with
Okay.
another
Another lightning bolt. Okay, coming in from the rear. Down here, this would be Spite Spitter.
Mm-hmm.
Scorn Spitter, sorry.
Where's this? Lightning bolty. All right.
Right down the middle. I love it. Okay. I mean, I've got no problem with that, although it doesn't seem possible based on the angles of the vessels. Do you want to try and keep it more?
I every time I turn it on, I have to have you
Oh.
manually adjust it. But if 90 degrees is fine, I would do something more like that, more trying to get
will
the top
fix that.
3 again.
Okay, so I've changed it into a drawing. You should be able to have more control over it now.
Tweak, tweak, tweak. I'm thinking more along the lines of this.
Yeah, okay, top 3, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got some deck saves to make. Let's see if I... So the helmsman has already taken some damage. I think even if he makes this... so half of 12 points of damage, yeah. So the helmsman, having been hit by the infernal screamer the previous round, the lightning bolt just... and he falls limp. And there is now no one in control of this infernal machine.
Does it automatically fail its deck save then?
Yes, it would. Absolutely. Of course. There is nobody to try and dodge out of the way. So let me take care of the other 2 gnolls first.
Typhon's gonna start a business where he just keeps flipping infernal war machines.
Okay, so that's a 7, which kills that one.
I think I saw that on HGTV.
Sorry, what was the last thing you said?
And another 7. So with that lightning bolt, you see just the entire front of this infernal machine, both the helmsman and probably the other 2 who could have potentially taken his place as helmsman, just and get blown from the front of this machine as it goes careening past you all. And the infernal war machine also takes 29 points of damage, which beats its mishap threshold. So Typhon, roll it again.
Damaged axle.
Damaged axle.
The vehicle grinds and shakes uncontrollably. Until the mishap ends, the vehicle has disadvantage on all dexterity checks, and all ability checks and attack rolls made by creatures on or inside the vehicle have disadvantage.
All right.
DC 20 repair check. What's
DC
that
20
dexterity?
repair check. So
At disadvantage, I guess.
that's
because
bad.
That's really bad.
Wow. Okay, Silas, you're up. As the chompers are closing, you can see there are still some gnolls on the board.
And I wanted to just get a sanity check. Our vehicle took damage, right?
It did.
And our
It is now
vehicle
at
currently
181 of 200.
disabled. But is our vehicle currently disabled?
Your vehicle currently has a large plume of smoke coming out of the helm. You cannot see Jax. Jax cannot see out of it. He has no idea where he's going.
Okay, I am right there next to the smoke.
So if think
Given that
of
I'm
it,
in the
think of it
nose.
as a think of it. You're sort of. in
I'm
front-
not arguing if I see it or not.
Yeah.
I thought that I heard you say that it would take an action to repair something.
It would. Yes, a dexterity, and you, given the fact that you have proficiency in land vehicles, can add your proficiency modifier to your dexterity saving.
That's what I was hoping that I understood correctly. So
Yep,
that's
that is
what
correct.
I'm going to do.
So,
So
yes,
I'm gonna make a
there is
dex
smoke
check, you
billowing
said?
from right behind you. I would say that you would be able to look behind you and actually see the source of the problem. So roll your dexterity check to repair.
And it's dex check.
Just
with-
roll your dex, yeah.
Jax,
with
make
I
sure.
think your
Give
proficiency
him
bonus.
guidance. Can you give him guidance on that?
Has to be able to
See
see.
Yeah.
And it's not my go.
and the roll is
That's
21
plus proficiency
as
bonus.
the smoke plus proficiency, so 23. As the smoke, you look around behind you and you see, it's this problem. Like, you just kang, 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 and you bend the offending piece of metal back into shape, and the smoke is now being jettisoned outside of the vehicle as it should be. And that fixes the problem. Jax, you can see just fine.
You see Jack's faces, like someone's been in the coal mines, and all you can see is his teeth in his eyes.
It's working! It's working!
Oh, no.
Anything else for you, Silas?
No, that's gonna be it. I have an extra attack, I guess, but I have to take
it's
an
your
attack to get an
action to
extra
do
attack.
it. It's
Yeah.
a bonus action or movement.
Yeah.
You can move on the vehicle, or you can take a bonus action.
I'm concerned with having witnessed, at least in my peripheral vision, the seeming eldritch enabled Noel running and screaming. I don't know what he's saying, but he is running and screaming. Could I tell? Did the light get brighter? Did the pulsating from the top of the sword without taking a bonus action? I mean, I can take a bonus action to do it. I don't have anything else.
What's your passive?
Oh, it's crap. It's 11.
So with an 11 passive, I can't let you detect without using your action to do so. So
Okay.
that will be end of Silas.
Yep, that's it.
Zelmira Appleton?
Yeah, Appleton, actually, like Wisconsin.
Okay.
But you gotta pronounce it like this.
But Appleton.
Zelmira Appleton.
From Appleton, Wisconsin. Okay, so.
They love me there.
How far am I from? So there are two still on the sides, right? Either side of where the one that I guess.
So we're looking at two different places here. On the board here, there are...
I'm looking at the ship. I'm wondering.
On the Infernal Machine, there are still... It's heading off into nowhere, completely... there's nobody on it that is currently in a position to steer it. So
Great.
that is that. And there are 3 other people on it.
Right.
They all appear to be manning weapon stations.
Okay, right. So I see what happened. Okay. Let's see. Then I will. Can I take some movement to move to another part of the Bloodstone?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I will leave my post at the Wrecking Ball.
Okay.
And so I would just be up near the helm, but then would my vision be obscured?
No, thanks to Silas's turn, he has solved that problem.
Great. So I would like to move closer to the helm, to the very tip.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to get as close as I can to this green guy right here.
Got it. So if you are right on the very tip, which is here, you are currently 50 feet away from green.
Sorry, you cut out.
50 feet away from green.
50. Okay. Then let's see. I would like to throw some darts.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah. All right.
Reach into your pouch and pull out a bunch of little tiny metal devices of death and destruction.
Perfect.
They go flying through the air.
Maybe at disadvantage though.
The disadvantage because so 13 does not hit.
Right.
So they go wide. So you do have another attack as a monk.
I do. So let's see. Because I don't want to get off of our. So, I guess I'll just try the same thing again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, 26 is definitely hit, but roll again because it's still at disadvantage because of how far away. 14, unfortunate. Well, wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait a minute. So he has 16, but that would have been 16 with the cover of the War Machine. So it's actually 14 is his AC. So 14 hits.
Oh, great. So would that preview? No, just kidding, because it was at disadvantage, and it was
Right.
the 13 and 14. Great, awesome.
So that hits, doing 5 points of piercing. Very good.
Great, cool.
Anything else from you, Zamira?
No, that's it for me right now.
All right, this would be the Yanagu's Lash. Yanagu's Lash would go now, but Yanagu's Lash is fakakt. Persephone, your turn.
So it looks like the steerer or the driver on that new war machine is already dead. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. And okay. I'm going to do Scorching Ray on the purple knoll.
On a purple knoll in front of you?
Yeah, the one that I hit before.
Got it.
And here it is. For some reason it just logged me out of the game on Roll20, so let me know if that did not show up.
I do not see it here. What is your attack bonus?
Let me try one more time.
Oh, I heard the sound. Ho, 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 ho! With a natural 20.
Nice!
Oh
so
my
that's
goodness.
24? I don't know why it's rolling a million times, but...
It's all right. So
There's 3 rays, so that's 16.
that's 3 rays.
20,
All
30.
3 of the rays hit.
30 damage.
Annihilated. He's heading right there, looking like he's getting ready to shoot another arrow as these 3 blasts of fire just hit one shoulder, right in the chest, and he just crumples to the ground as smoke begins to rise from his charred body. That is 1 dead knoll.
That's one
Headband
scorching ray,
ever.
that is.
That will bring us to Jax.
So now Jax's magical glasses have just obviously activated the wind wipers, and he's gonna I'm guessing obviously with all this is still going on, he's probably still in a drift mode.
Sure.
I'm gonna try and drift and run red over.
Okay. So that will, let's see here. We'll do it like this for now. So that will be 100 feet. So that is your action. Do you wish to continue past that?
That's 100 feet going from there to there. Of course
Yeah.
it is, yeah. No. I'm still going into a drift to come back again. Probably coming down this way, past green, and then towards this guy down here.
Cool. All right. So you drift. So you just done this giant donut all around.
Yeah, that's the idea. I wanted a donut.
all around the. Tell you what, Jax. I'm gonna give this guy a little bit of extra DC, a little extra AC because he is right next to the wrecked infernal machine. So you are trying to literally pick him off inches away from this other thing. So I'm going to give him a little bit of extra
how
AC.
good of a driver he is.
I see. Yes. So it's a dex to save for him, right?
I don't know what it is for driving this thing. Let's have a look.
The crushing wheels would be what it would be under.
I'm trying to double click on it. It won't let me do it anymore. Oh, hang on a minute, because I'm on the wrong selection. Crushing wheels.
Must make succeed on a DC 11 dexterity saving throw or take. So I'm going to call this. He has got to succeed on a DC 8 saving throw.
Wow. Foul.
That's a 6.
can't
So
I
you
click
just
on his
drift
damage?
right around and you just clip him with the back wheel as he's tracking to try and shoot you. This back wheel comes and gets him out of nowhere. Roll your damage.
$23.
Dead. Just didn't even see it coming and thought there was no way you could possibly manage that. So that's 100 feet. Do you wish to keep moving?
Yeah, and then past green and then towards the mage.
All right, so passing green. So you're trying to hit green as well?
Yes.
All right. Same deal. He's got a chance, a really good chance of diving out of the way of this.
Do I get to use the chopper?
Only if you had held your action. You used your action to do the thing.
I think it was kind of important.
He's rolled a frickin' 7. So roll your damage.
That was a clutch repair you made on your action there.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Yay, utility.
It says rolling the dice, but come on, you can do it. Roll 20. Come on. There we go. Another 24.
Kersplat. So that takes care of all of these gnolls.
So
just
how
a
far is
massive.
that?
Knoll pancakes now.
There's now just a ring around this destruction, and there's just blood all throughout the sand. It is quite gory.
And obviously, he wants to head towards
Omega.
the wizard.
Okay, so you
bonus
slide another. Let's see, that is.
Is anybody going to stop him from squishing him?
Oh, it's exactly 100 feet.
It's exactly 100 feet.
I'm alive.
So one target.
Jax is like, choo choo, motherfucker.
Right. So yeah, it's not against
Get on
another
the
target.
train
It's against that same
and
target.
ride it.
Is it? It's not 100 feet. You were
It
100
was
feet.
exactly 100 feet, yeah.
The first 100 feet was here. So another 100 feet from there is.
I was going from here.
Another 100 feet is. Yeah, you're almost there already. So this is as far as you can go. Right there.
Oh.
You started from here. You went 100 feet to there. And then you went around to here. In fact, I think it gave you a little extra movement, but
I
you
still
definitely don't
shout out that to instill
Okay.
some fear into the gnoll.
Got it. It is now Acid's turn. Let's see if they get their weapon back. They do not. Alrighty.
Oh, just lost a turn tracker.
Oh,
It's back.
thank you.
Wait,
So,
Did we get a lot closer suddenly?
yeah, it looked
Did
like
I
Jax.
accidentally move?
Yeah,
the...
you moved it.
I didn't realize I could. I'm sorry.
Everybody can. So, they can't turn because there's no driver. They can't do anything.
Goodbye.
It just moves 100 feet. Going in the direction it was going. It doesn't. The axle didn't do anything to its speed, right?
I'll have to
Double
scroll
check.
up.
Scroll back up.
No.
Yep. Okay. Falkrunn, you are stunned. At the end of your turn, you are no longer stunned. Gnolls go. One of the gnolls attempts to make a dexterity check to see DC 20 at disadvantage. Huh. It could happen.
I mean, he should just let it go. It's going the right way for him. We're the ones that are going to be in the blast radius.
Let me scroll back down. Yeah, that's a 6 and a 3. No repairs happening there. They do try to the two on the back here spin around. And what is the range of the harpoon? I think it's fairly far, but not that far. Harpoon flinger, 120 feet. Yeah, so it does try. They do try to shoot.
They got disadvantage
out of
as
range?
well. Oh, we're 160, 150.
You're 160 feet away, so their second range is that's a disadvantage. That's a miss. Also a miss. And then the other gnolls attempt to fire with their bows. They are shooting for the helmsman. They're shooting for Jax. And let's see here. 2 arrows come streaking towards you. Hitting AC 19.
Missed.
Missed because of your cover.
Well, aren't they at disadvantage as well?
Yeah, they got disadvantage.
Yeah.
as well.
They're at disadvantage too because of the bumping. Yeah, okay, yeah, both of them miss. So that is them done. That will bring us
Knoll's
to
wild ride.
Rhimb.
Remind me, I can't do non-lethal damage with a ranged weapon.
That is correct.
Correct? How bad does he look?
It's bad to get
Difficult
run
to
over.
see without a roll.
Son of a bitch. All right, I don't want to. All right, you know what? No, I'm gonna. Who's left on the other?
There are 3 gnolls left on the other.
All right, I'm gonna bonus action switch my hunter's mark to any of the other 3. Doesn't
Okay.
matter. And attack number 1.
15 does
It's a
not
12,
hit.
actually.
12 does not hit.
Yes. And the second. No. 16?
16 is the meat to beat.
All right.
He's got cover. Well, it depends on which. Yeah, they've all got cover because of their weapons that they're firing, but that beats all of it. So
Okay. I
Which
should have
one?
declared one. Sorry.
Purple, orange, or pink?
We'll do pink.
Pink. Good.
And that'll be 19.
19 points of piercing damage from Barothian. Barothian. Very good. It is now the. Okay.
Does he look round after my shout my war cry at him?
All right. He casts Expeditious Retreat and runs 30. 30.
Is that 30 or 300?
It's 30.
Ah, okay.
Let me double check the
Of course it is.
thing of Expeditious Retreat. He is concentrating. Okay, so that is as far as he could get. He's not quite to it. Actually, I'm going to make him dive for it, see if he can get to it. He dives the last few feet, trying to reach the back, and he rolls a 17, which is enough. He has reached the back of the infernal machine. And that will bring us to Typhon, the top of the third round. Ooh. Do forgive me, as he is running, he has forgotten about the two that were hidden, who pop out and take their attacks. Let's see, who's in the back?
Oh.
They both fire at Typhon, and Typhon, in the time it took for you to get here, once they were aware that there was an attack coming, they re-hid, and they have, you no longer were aware of where they were.
Good thing you still have half cover.
And so these two attack with advantage with longbows. So I have a 12 and a 22.
Oh, I thought someone was further back than me.
No, they're both at Typhon. 22. Don't forget you have cover.
Half cover. Yep.
Partial cover, so +2.
Right.
Okay, 22. I can't. Shoot. I will cast shield.
Casting shield. Very well. Then it misses, and that is their turn done. And they both like, I guess we should run. And one runs to there, and one runs to there. Now, Typhon, it is your turn.
Gotcha. Oh boy. What are we gonna do here? 30 feet away. So he's trying to hop onto this thing, yeah.
He has dove for the very last minute. He's grabbed the back of it. He's got a hold of it.
He's dragging by.
Yes. So he's actually prone.
Okay. Is this really what I want to do? Everything's out of range. Sorry, guys. Wizard stuff. A lot of spells. I will.
Wizard stuff.
Don't bother me. Wizard stuff.
I know. I don't know. I will hold an action to Thorn Whip him if we get within 30 feet to try and pull him off the back. That's it.
All right.
I told you not to come in my room. Wizard stuff.
Holding an action, Typhon. Silas.
This is private.
There's just not much that I can do from inside the chomper right now.
Probably not. You don't have any kind of ranged attack from in there.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a good idea to jump off right now.
Probably not.
Probably not. Maybe I walk out green and really muscular after this thing explodes.
Maybe. You had said something last round about maybe trying to make a perception check?
It's whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Perceiving it is not going to help me much from inside the nose of the war machine.
Well, you don't have to stay in the nose of the war machine. You can leave that position and move out and then return to it as part of your movement. You can get out, make your perception check, and get back in.
I'll do it because I want the DM to have a moment to describe what's happening.
It depends on what you roll, Silas.
Dick. 17.
17. So you climb up out of the chomper, just sort of take a glance around. Far distant, there is something on the horizon. Looks like it's flying in the air. Maybe about 400 feet away.
Does it look like anything I have spotted flying in the air in Avernus before? So this is a giant tornado or
it
massive...
looks quite similar to something that you saw in the interior of a giant tornado.
Out of the tornado.
In the middle of the tornado.
But I'm saying it is not currently in a tornado.
It is not currently in a tornado.
So if I'm remembering correctly, was it a gargantuan black dragon?
With a 17, you're not sure how large it is, but it is a dragon. And with a 17, I will say you do see a glint of blue.
Blue. Okay. I yell to everyone and point, and then scurry back down to the chopper.
Okay. That is Silas Kon's turn. Zelmira.
Okay. So... yeah, we're too far to mess with any of these guys. So
You've got a couple who are right here.
Oh, right. Great. Perfect. Right behind us. I didn't see them. Okay, so...
that was the idea.
Joke's on them, because you told me where they were.
What? No!
Joke's on them, because the DM didn't see him either for a round.
That's right.
Joke's on...
blended right in there.
all of us? So I will go to the back.
Okay, so you're about right here.
Yes.
You are 50 feet away from both of them.
Love that. So,
Actually, you're actually, if you want to be 50 feet away from them, you are right in front of Typhon.
okay. Wait, can I get any closer or no? I'm having to move back and forth.
What, like 5 feet? You want to get 5 feet closer?
No.
I could get you 5 feet closer if you succeed in an acrobatic or athletics check. You can hold on to the back of the wildly careening infernal machine and sort of lean way out and get 5 feet closer.
That seems foolish. So what I will do instead is stay where I am.
Okay.
And I will hold an action. I will hold Water Whip.
Holding Water Whip.
So once they're within 30 feet.
Once they are within 30 feet. All right.
Yeah.
It is
Cool.
fire.
Can't help
fire.
it. I just imagine this as a squirt bottle. Like you're holding it. You're ready with the squirt
Don't do
bottle.
it! Don't do it!
Yeah, if I did things like that to my cat, that's, I guess, something I would relate to. But instead, I give my cat rotisserie chicken. So
Also effective. Might
She's
be
a
effective
little
on the
monster.
might be effective on the gnolls as well. The fire, the other infernal machine continues to be completely screwed. Persephone, it is your turn.
All right. This I don't want to keep burning up my spells when we're doing so well, but crap. Okay. We're gonna do Dissonant Whispers on this guy.
All right, we'll call him Mr. Red. Dissonant Whispers. So, wisdom save.
16.
They have failed for 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage, and then they have to run away.
Right, immediately, right?
Yes.
Or run away from you, right? Use their
Speed allows. Yeah, run away from you.
immediately.
It's as a reaction.
As a reaction, so move their speed away from you. So he runs back pretty much to where he just was. Anything else for you, Persephone?
No, that's me.
All right, Jax.
So I can clearly see the dragon.
Yes. Now that Silas has pointed it out, it is coming from the southeast.
Southeast. Does my passive pick up anything to do with this glowing thing at the top? Anything change with it from what I saw earlier?
The only thing that has changed is the Noel is no longer in contact with it.
Jax will say he loves dragons. Handbrake, turn it. Run this knoll over.
Oh.
Okay.
You don't want me to do that, or?
We should save
No, it's
one
fine.
for questioning.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I will do that. Run this knoll over. And then
Okay. This running over blue.
running over blue, continuing to red, but then break
All right.
just
So
before
as
I
you
hit.
come to that area right there, it's very rough, and it's
okay.
going to take. It's difficult terrain. It takes everybody bumps and jostles around. Nobody has to worry about falling off. However, it does take away half of your movement.
Okay.
So he is making a dexterity saving throw to jump out of the way. He's rolled an 18, so he has jumped out of the way.
Okay.
And you are now where? You've moved to about here.
Yeah, and then I'll stop.
Stop. All right, that is your action. You still have movement if you wish to get out of where you are.
I will. I just want to make sure I can do this first. I can bonus action. It's a free action to summon my weapons, I believe.
Mm-hmm. But that's a homebrew rule, by the way, everybody.
And then I will bonus action throw it. Throw
it at blue or red?
Throw it at blue.
Throwing it at blue. All right.
No, red, because I'll have advantage.
Okay.
I believe so. As he's
Well,
frightened.
you have advantage because of insight. The whisper.
I'm thinking because he's frightened or something. I don't know. Do I get anything on frightened?
I don't think you get advantage from dissonant whispers.
No. Okay.
No, you do not.
I'll just do it blue then.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to do anything anyway.
Unfortunately, a 12 does not hit.
But something inside him wants it really, really to hit.
Okay.
So I will. Where is it? Try to make it hit with an extra 5 to add to that roll.
That definitely helps. So that is a total of 10 psychic damage. He is still up.
Okay. And I'll stand there and say, "There's a big dragon coming." Can I see it's blue then? This blue dragon.
Yes, with your passive, definitely.
I look to Typhon. What do we do? And that's it.
I thought perhaps the caster would have the answers, but now we're
one's that?
chasing these, I suppose.
Acid, just for the heck of it, gets back its spray ability, but without the ability to turn and engage, they cannot do anything. Falkrunn, your turn.
Liz has got a held action as well, hasn't she?
Liz's action, indeed,
Yeah.
has gone off. Thank you for remembering that, Jax.
Thank you, Jax.
Blue or red?
Let's see. I will go for.
You were holding it for when one came in range, so technically blue would have been first.
Okay, great. Then let's go blue.
Okay.
All right.
Water whip dexterity save.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on, D. Come on, roll 20. I believe in you.
I believe.
Dexterity saving throw. I have rolled a 5.
Aha!
12 points of damage. That's how
Yeah.
many. That's about how many hit points he had left. So your
Great.
water whip just rips him up in the air and just wham, blams him down on the ground, and he is dead.
Wham blam, thank you, ma'am.
Indeed. Anything else from you, Zelmira, for your held action? No, I guess not.
Nope.
Falkrunn, your turn.
So we're trying to take one of these things alive.
I don't know if any of these will have the answers.
Fair enough. All right. DM, if I so the distance between getting out of the machine and getting to this knoll,
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay, good. So me being the dwarfy person that I am, I won't be able to make that.
I think you'll be alright if you run and jump off.
Oh yeah, because last time most times when I try to run and jump off things, that goes well.
Jax
Yeah,
is egging you on.
Steve won't do anything unless. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use Toll the Dead because this one still looks hale and hearty. Yeah.
Red does not taking any damage.
Dissonant Whispers, it has.
No, that was blue. No,
was-
red did take it. Yes, sorry. He has taken some damage.
All right. All right, fine. So then, Falkrunn actually does run, hop out of the vehicle, which, and then she'll take her dash action to get up to the knoll.
Okay.
And then she'll use her bonus action to summon Steve.
Summon Steve, who then attacks.
Steve with a 19.
19 is definitely a hit.
Non-lethal, right?
Damage we have from Steve. 6 points of force damage.
Boom,
Crack.
and then crack, and she'll say, "Stay down."
Does not appear to be doing anything other than lying against this large helmet, just foam and blood running from its mouth.
Good. Steve's in the air behind me, just going like this.
You go ahead and bring Steve out on the board if you want.
Oh yeah.
So that is Falkrunn's turn. It is now the Knoll's turn. This Knoll surrenders. Goes down on his knees. He's prone. The other Knolls are going to try and fix their problem, but I just deleted them. That's convenient. Okay.
Well, that fixes it.
All right. Dexterity at a disadvantage for DC 20. Nope. Oh, I got a 21. They're repaired. But yeah, they're out of here. The last one,
Did you say at disadvantage?
a disadvantage.
Yeah, 21 at disadvantage?
You got a
No.
21 and a what? A
21 and
27?
11. So that would be the disadvantage part of the disadvantage. That 21 is actually not there. It's actually an 11, which means there is one more chance. Come on, guys.
He's just trying to make sure there's a survivor.
Oh, I've got
to tell
double
our tale.
18s, but that's not enough.
And they crash into something?
Yeah.
No, they don't. There's
know
nothing
it's
here to
true.
crash into. It's complete just wasteland. But
Just
they're
keep
just
going.
off into the distance.
Coincidentally, they are going away farther from the blue dragon bearing down on us.
What about
They
the one
are
that's
moving-
holding on? Does he hold on with
the
disadvantage?
one who's holding on is the next turn, and he uses all of his turn to clamber aboard.
I was gonna say, dear God, he's gonna be meatloaf by the time.
Did Rhimb get a turn?
Rhimb got a turn.
Combat's over now, I assume. Yes.
I didn't mean to take away the combat tracker.
I thought that Rhimb was up in just a moment, wasn't he?
Yeah,
After
I would have
Falkrunn?
been. I would have been next.
Did you not take your turn? I apologize. Rhimb, go ahead, take your turn.
If he surrendered, Rhimb would have gone.
The one right here, but you still have shots. You could still shoot Beriothian at the others if you want.
Are they still in range?
I mean, the range of your bow, the
far. I thought they were out.
Very far, but you would at disadvantage. You could still potentially hit.
Is there anything directly to the right of our vehicle which Rhimb may observe and see? Since this map is a purpose-built map.
Anything to the right of Rhimb? I don't follow you, Silas.
The vehicle.
Giant piles of bones.
Yes. Well, there does appear to be something there. Rhimb, do you wish to take your time to check it out, or do you want to?
My passive is 17. I don't know
17.
if that would give you.
Just looking at it, looks just to be like a pile of bones with an oddly blue tint. Seems odd, but sort of like they seem to be arranged in some sort of pattern. Hard to make out.
Blue dragon, blue bones. We're gonna have to figure something out.
Yes. I think if they're leaving, I would just let them leave. I wouldn't shoot them if they were
Fair enough.
If they were going. So I will descend the vehicle. I will remove the weapon from the knoll, and I will pick him up gently. Like I will make it know that I'm not going to hurt him further, and I will bring him to Typhon.
All right. So with that, we will say that for the very brief moment here, combat is over. We'll go ahead and remove all of these turns, clearing, and the mage-like knoll clambers aboard, and they presumably all four of them spend the next few rounds trying to undo what has been done by this mishap, as their infernal machine just continues going round after round into the distance. Unfortunately, it does have a faster speed than the Bloodstone, so it will be out of range for the foreseeable future. So that is gone. However, the
We
problem
could have
is
caught
not
up
over.
because they couldn't dash with the driver at first, but we're letting it go.
Well, I mean, technically, yes. Is that what people want to do?
No. I'm not.
Okay.
We're here.
It's totally fine. However this wants to go down. You've got a prisoner. You could resolve all this with the prisoner.
Interrogate.
Okay.
Yeah.
How far away is that dragon?
Closer now.
That didn't answer the question.
Someone hold a blade to its throat. I will say in Abyssal, what was your master doing to the orb?
Control power. We don't know. Just drive the machines. Lots of meat.
As I thought, this one knows nothing. The information escaped. Kill it. I don't say that in Abyssal, but
He speaks common.
Persephone uses her rapier to kill it.
All right, roll an attack at advantage.
Jax, move the machine closer so I can see this orb more clearly.
I'll start doing that.
25. That is
crit.
an automatic crit, and that will kill it.
Now,
I'll
And-
drive closer.
assuming when we get up next to it, I can just stand on the machine and be by the orb.
You can indeed.
Is there a way to examine to try and figure out what he was doing?
You can make an Arcana check.
Okay. Falkrunn. I could use a bit of focus.
I will do what I can to aid you. Unfortunately, I don't remember much of my Arcana, but I will guide you. So you have guidance for the roll, but I no longer have proficiency in Arcana.
Ooh.
Okay.
Roll that D4. Hey, 15.
Okay, 15. You've never seen anything like this.
Oh, crap.
You can copy what he was doing and see if it yields results, but you have no idea.
DM.
Okay.
Can I still see the Null Wizard?
Barely.
I contact him.
Okay.
It's a good call. Yeah.
Anyway. Hello, this is your conscience speaking. What were you?
Not such a fool.
Oh.
One of those that attacked us.
Yes,
There's
my
no
name's
other
Jax.
explanation.
I'm an imp slayer. What you do with the orb?
You'll find out soon enough, scum. Enjoy your doom.
I'm gonna make your mind blow up. If you don't tell us.
There's no
Oh,
response.
Jax, what a charmer.
Oh, I was gonna say, let me roll a deception. Oh, it would have been. Oh, no, it would have been a natural 20.
Okay. Well, all right. This deserves a roll. There's no reason why we can't roll to see if he can't insight away this.
I mean, he rolled.
natural 20.
He has a -1 on deception, and yet he critted.
It deserves.
That's pretty great.
That is amazing.
It deserves. Technically, Jax, wait for the DM to ask for a roll before you just roll. I appreciate that.
I think Jade was actually just rolling to see what would have happened had you allowed it.
All right, he rolled a 3, so that's what would have happened.
What do you want to know?
What was he doing?
Very simple. Simple matter.
And he is out of range.
That's a mile.
Damn it! All right, a mile.
Just trying
Oh,
to
you're back
assert
again.
control. Difficult, but for the trained mind, possible.
What have we got to do to control it? Remember,
Be a
tick-tock,
very
tick-tock.
forceful personality.
Well, thank you. I think that was a compliment.
You're still doomed. You're still a dick.
Exactly.
The Null says I was very powerful.
All right, was that a hard cast of Identify, Typhon?
Nope, I just clicked it by accident. I'm not able to hardcast it.
I
Wizard
relate,
stuff,
I
don't look.
relate to Typhon that he was trying to resume control it.
Do you tell me everything he said?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I also mentioned to
This
him
is
that I was a
not-
powerful wizard.
This is perhaps not a matter of intellect and problem solving, but one of sheer force of will. Persephone.
What is, Typhon? You just heard something in your brain, and you're talking out loud.
Wait. I thought he said he just told me that.
Yeah, he did. He told
verbally?
Jax spoke out loud everything that the Knoll just was deceived into revealing. Something about the tone of Jax's voice. Thought,
Well, I can at least tell them. It can't possibly hurt. Best hedge my bets.
Just in case.
I don't... He was trying to exert... to take the power from this. I don't understand it or know if this is something that we should do. But... Actually, I'm just gonna touch it.
all right.
I'm going to stand very close to Typhon.
All right. Typhon, you touch it. And as you are looking at it now, you see that it has actually shrunk a bit from the size that it was apparently when the Knoll was touching it. And you do touch it, it grows again. As it does, you look at this, it's a crystal globe that is etched on all sides with very strange runes. Do you speak Draconic?
Yes.
So this is Draconic runes, but you do not understand the text. It is they're in they're arranged in a way that doesn't make sense to you. It's not the way that sentences or spells or anything should be written. You're not quite sure what the explanation is. Make a religion check.
Okay. Uh, 23.
23. One possible explanation. This is from a plane of existence that you are not familiar with. Perhaps another prime material plane where the way they write various things, or the form of draconic in this sense, is just slightly different. If you were to spend some time studying it and perhaps attuning to this, you perhaps could learn more. But just touching it, and make a wisdom saving throw.
So
Is it versus magical effect?
Yes.
DM, is it possible
does
for
12 succeed?
It does not.
Does
15 though. Silas.
However, so 15 from Silas. Technically, you need to decide whether or not you're going to... Do you have to decide whether or not you're going to do your thing before or after I let you know you succeed? You can find out if you failed? All right,
Yes.
so 15 fails.
All right, I will then add 4.
Okay. That succeeds. As you're touching, there's a sort of a pulse, and you feel a pressure against your psyche. There is a presence inside this orb. Ancient, powerful.
DM, am I able to cast Cure Wounds on Typhon?
Sure.
As he's touching the orb? Alright. Is it gonna hurt me?
As you are standing there, Typhon, and putting your hand in here and concentrating, you are racked with pain. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Thanks.
Actually, you're not concentrating on any spells, are you?
No.
No. Well, then, no worries.
He was in communication with an alien essence. A sentient alien essence.
Constitution saving throw, but yes. You're still good. You still would have had the pain. As you are watching Typhon, all of a sudden, all of you watching as Falkrunn reaches out and touches Typhon, you see almost as if an invisible lash just it starts invisible and then manifests just as the barbs of the lash hit Typhon's back, and they create huge welts which instantly disappear. Typhon, the pain is intense. However, you are healed.
I grab Falkrunn. Falkrunn, what are you doing?
I was trying to heal him. He had taken such wounds from the past battle.
It looks quite the opposite. Perhaps you should step back for a moment.
Typhon, the pain is white hot and almost more than you can bear, but it fades, and you look down and see that some of your wounds have been cured.
Is this effect of the draconic ruins
What just happened?
visible to everyone?
The power that it expressed in your brain? No, just you.
Can I reach out to try and communicate telepathically with this thing since I'm touching it?
You can try. You have the sense that anything that you would that you could do would require being attuned.
Okay, so we can take it with us.
It appears that you could actually remove this from the top, but it will take some doing. You could break it off. You could potentially find a way to use thieves' tools or something to pry it off.
I will say that to the group, and I will keep my hands on it, hopefully focusing, keeping the sort of connection happening.
All right.
I'm gonna make a request. I know Jax is hanging out. Would his passive perception, knowing that there's a dragon bearing down on us, have observed how much closer said dragon is?
I would have to say yes. Said dragon is bearing down upon your location.
Like a mile?
No. Or like 230 feet away.
We need to remove this immediately. Now.
All right.
I can hold it off, but we need to get it in the vehicle and deploy it.
How dare you summon me?
As this dragon begins to swoop down from on high on your position. My friends, I do believe that this will be where we end tonight's session. It's a little late, but I don't want to cheapen a battle with a dragon by forcing it to go faster than it needs to.
I mean, we don't have to. We don't have to fight him. We can just talk it out. Maybe.
Or escape. You never know what's going to happen.
No. I've been looking for a pet dragon.
It's close enough now that we will need to roll initiative to see what all happens. And if it gets into combat, I want to make sure we have plenty of time to run it. So I will say I will give you all 1 round to do something. So let's go ahead and roll initiative. This will be the initiative that we use for our next encounter, our next time we come back.
Color of the dragon?
It is blue. And it is moving incredibly fast, and it is huge.
Oh, it's not gargantuan.
No, it's huge.
Nice.
I may have wanted you to think it was gargantuan earlier.
How many times have you used that trick, Alias?
Yeah.
That was earlier in the chat, Jade. You made sense. Good try. But we already discussed that.
He rolled bad on his initiative, so that's definitely in your favor.
It's not in my favor.
Not in Silas's favor. Everybody else's favor. All right, so I see Silas, I see Jax, I see Zelmira.
Descending.
Oh, I'm just checking to see if everybody got on there, but so top 18, Persephone, Zelmira, Falkrunn, everybody's there. Adult Blue Dragon is there. Silas is there. All right, at the top of the order, we have Jax Darkshade.
Jax will jump up and like crack his fingers that he's got this. Obviously, because it's just the same round, I can't guide myself, but I will try to remove it from the top.
Very good.
Sleight of hand. Oh, it's thief tools.
Thief tools, indeed.
I've got that on my thing.
17. You start messing around with it. You think you see how it could be done, but you just didn't get it in the right slot this time.
I
Maybe
try
next
a bit
round.
harder and I force it. I must keep remembering.
Have you heard that before, Jade? Is that your normal thing to try?
I must keep remembering that I have got these features.
Psionic power.
An extra 1.
Give you an extra 1. Still not good enough. Sorry, it is.
He's heard that before.
Tight.
It's okay.
Persephone.
I have no idea what to do against a dragon, guys. Like,
you can inspire us. You can
just
inspire
give the name of the game, y'all.
So, if you use your, can you use your cloak of the mountebank to take it and pop it into the? No, because it has to be a willing person or a thing, right?
But you could inspire somebody to break it who's very strong.
It's true.
okay, which would be Falkrunn, right? No, oh gosh, we have Rhimb back because it's not anymore. Okay, yeah.
I mean, with the -3.
But plus a guidance and plus an inspiration.
That's true, but you could also guide and inspire Falk. Well, potato.
If it's athletics, Silas could help Rhimb and give advantage.
Fair enough.
Okay, a bardic inspiration to Rhimb.
Bardic inspiration to Rhimb. So that's a bonus action. What do you do for your action?
Go holy shit, dragon. Wait, sorry. What? How can I help Typhon?
We did. He's just yelling. We have to get the orb.
Is the orb large, way more than 10 pounds?
It's difficult to say. It's changed shape.
How far away is it?
It's within 10 feet.
I'll try and mage hand grab it.
Mage hand, grab it.
And if I successfully grab it, I'm gonna give it to Rhimb.
All right, so your mage hand goes up.
Sorry, I meant Typhon.
Okay, I was like, come on.
The mage hand goes up.
And the other thing.
You are the only one who can see it, and it just does not appear to have the strength to remove it.
Is that true about Mage Hand?
I think the most it can do is 10 pounds.
I just meant about seeing it.
That's a good point. I think, yes, it's the Arcane Trickster, whose mage hand is invisible. So everybody can see this mage hand coming up, trying to help Typhon, trying to help Jax. Not coming free.
Dang it.
Who are you?
That will bring us to Zelmira.
Would it be... Sorry.
Flicks Jax in the head. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. Would it be possible for Zelmira to use Water Whip to attempt to dislodge this orb?
I would say you could give it a try. It's essentially just trying to do enough damage to the pommel to break it so that the thing actually comes free.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Okay. That is what I will do.
See what kind of damage you roll. Automatically fails a saving throw.
Oops, sorry. Hold on 1 second.
Or does it? Okay.
Someone knock it with the ball. The war machine.
Right.
The wrecking ball. Double damage to structures.
Oh, man.
If we can finesse it without destroying it, yeah.
So, 18 points of damage. As you smash at the handle, you knock away some of the tarnish and the debris and just the dust that is accumulated there, and it is very, very dark metal, but it is very reflective. Reminds you in many ways of some rods that some of you have.
Damn.
The hilt of this weapon appears to be made of adamantine, which is extremely strong. Anything else from you, Zelmira?
Oh, I do have a second action, correct?
Don't think when you cast a spell like this. I don't think you do. You have your second attack comes if you attack with your fists or your feet.
Okay, so it says though that.
Can you make another attack with your water whip?
Well, it's a ranged attack.
A ranged attack?
Yeah, I don't think it's a spell.
Then you definitely can do it again if you have the key points.
Well, I'm not gonna try to do that.
Okay.
Okay. But if I were to take movement at this point, it would be my second action, correct?
No.
No,
You
great.
have your movement to take still.
All right, so then I would like to go from wherever I am. I'm still on the wrong side of the board. Sorry. Bear with me while I get my person over here. Okay, so what I would like to do then is take my movement to go to the wrecking ball.
Okay.
And try to hit it.
All right, now this you definitely can't do. You
Damn
have
it.
you have another attack to use one of your attacks.
Okay.
But you cannot use the wrecking ball because it is the machine's attack.
I
So
see.
you could have done
Okay.
one or the other.
I see. Okay.
No problem.
Then that's it.
All right, Falkrunn.
Falkrunn is going to use her action to cast guidance on
Okay.
Rhimb and say, Rhimb, get the orb.
Alrighty.
And with her...
Bonus action. Steve is still up.
Yeah, I was going to say, with Steve, is it able to is Steve able to take a crack at the orb itself?
Could certainly try.
Yeah.
The water whip did not appear to do any damage.
To the hilt.
To the hilt.
Okay, and if we try to hit the orb itself, is that a poor choice?
Up to you.
Hitting the hilt is probably a good idea. That's my gut.
No, it's adamantine. You're going to have a hell of a time to...
You have to do a lot of damage to meet its hardest threshold.
Yeah, and we have got a dragon on our ass, so...
Is it a thing where you could just pop it out with strength? Maybe? Maybe not?
3 choices. Get it out with dexterity, get it out with just ripping it off, or 3, breaking it off.
Gotcha.
Those are your three possibilities. Or somehow using magic to, like, teleport it off, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like the guidance is the best thing I can do, and then I'll,
Okay.
yeah. So, go to.
Alrighty. It's going to bring us to Typhon Ophiacus.
So it's about the dragon's about like 200 feet from us.
It is
230.
from you
He was
exactly.
250, and he hasn't had his turn
250.
yet. And he's about to have his turn, but he hasn't yet. Yeah.
I
How fast
will.
do they go?
I'm going to hold my action. I'm going to begin casting Wall of Force.
Tiny
and
hut.
Pop a dome around a force around the dragon. When it gets within range.
What is the range of?
120 feet.
120 feet. Got it. Rhimb.
All right. Rhimb comes up to the hilt and looks at the weakest spot. He closes his eyes and he whispers a silent prayer to himself, "In your name." And he thinks of the moment when he was trapped in the soul coin when Bahamut said, "When you call for me, I will be there." And he is going to use an athletics check to try to break this free. Oh wait, but Silas is supposed to help. So do I have to hold that for when his turn comes up to use his advantage, Sean?
To get the assistance. You have to wait.
Yes.
So you can do it, and then if you can't, then I can try after.
I'll wait for your help.
Then it's the dragon.
All right. The dragon moves. It moves 120 feet.
Getting to 130.
Ha!
No, it moves. Just see. So it moves. It moves 160 feet. Excuse me.
That's 90 feet.
160 feet, and that is its move and its action to dash. That's as far. That's as close as it can get.
Is what I put in the chat correct, Peter?
What?
With the
I don't know if that's the case or not. That's up for the DM to decide. But
thank you.
It is
certainly a possibility.
Yeah.
I wasn't asking for a ruling, DM. You don't have to be like that. I was asking for intent.
Let's see here.
To think.
Yeah, it is still out of range of what it wants to do, so that is its turn.
But my wall comes up.
But your wall comes up, indeed. So so can it create like a bubble all around it, or is it just a
It can
dome?
create a
Cool.
Yeah.
So you stand on the hilt, I assume, like on the what's it called? The quillon?
Crossguard, quillion.
Crossguard, thank you.
If it's a bubble, Peter, it's 10 foot square.
And you are up there with your hand
that's what
on
I'm
it,
saying.
and the dragon comes barreling through, and you put up the wall of force. There's no saving throw, right?
No, it just is there.
All right.
Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap.
Moving at, let's say its speed is 80 feet, so it's moving at 80 feet. And it runs into a wall of force.
It dashed,
so that is
right?
8d6.
Yeah.
That's just like Herrick trying to get through a frozen waterfall.
Oops, I have to do the /R. 8d6 points of force damage, 27 points of force damage as it runs it, and you see lightning beginning to trickle from its mouth as it's scratching, trying to find a way through this force. You will pay. It's just sort of flapping in this sort of bubble of invisible energy, just tempting to get out. Does it? It cannot be a hit. As I recall, Wall of Force damage does nothing to Wall of Force.
Correct.
It has to. Yeah. Right. So he's just stuck in there. As long as you maintain concentration. What's the duration?
A minute.
A minute.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
All right.
Yeah, sorry, I was
15
muted.
minutes. Yeah.
So we
And
will
we-
60
end.
tries. Please
we
get
will-
this orb out now.
We will end this combat because there's no way that it can get out as long as you are
Well,
maintaining
that's-
your concentration.
The size of it make him into play. It is
The
a
size of-
huge dragon. A
Which is 3 by
radius of
3,
10
and I have a
feet.
10-foot radius, so I could contain a gargantuan creature because
Right.
that's 4 by 4.
Okay. Making sure.
Yep. This is
5th level spells,
completely doable.
baby.
And it is stuck, looking down at you all, just raging against invisible force. Just you see this thing, just electricity is just coursing all over its body as it just thrashes in absolute fury.
Jax is like that. Can we keep it?
I invented the Dragon Ball.
Did with that,
And
I will say that
assist-
given 10 minutes, just there's no way you won't be able to do this 6 rounds per minute with over 10 minutes. Adventure.
How many rounds we have left over could matter.
Yeah, but
100 turns. And
Well, we haven't
Good
finished the
turns.
round, have we? Are they
fast.
going to...
we're faster than the dragon in the War Machine, right?
You are.
And so we could just get it and just attune
get
to
it?
it inside the War Machine.
Rhimb's got his
It
athletics.
takes an hour. It takes an hour to attune, so
Right.
your
What
spell
happens
will
if
last
you go
that
out of
long.
range?
But we
you-
would just we
Nice.
could get a mile
What is the
away.
range of Wall of Force?
Yeah, what happens if you get out of range of where you cast it?
That's not a-
It goes away.
What?
Surely it does. Really? It's
don't
not.
think
It's not a concentration spell.
It is concentration, but is there something that says you have to stay within a certain range to maintain
No.
concentration? I don't think so, because
Well, that will be for next time. We'll definitely have time to look it up between now and then. Because if that is the case, then yeah, you've got whatever this is, and there's nothing he can do. He's just stuck there for the next 10 minutes while you get the orb out. Let's see. Roll.
Should we make the roll now or wait till next
Let's
time?
make a few rolls. Let's see how it goes, just so we know. That means easier for me to prepare for the next time.
So athletics with advantage from
It's
Sam?
just a straight strength check.
Oh, strength. Okay.
Strength check. All right.
with advantage and
All the things, advantage and
guidance.
D8 inspiration.
Guidance and inspiration.
darn it, hit the button.
19. So roll your guidance and inspiration and all that.
And you got your -3, I'm assuming.
Excellent.
Oh, ho, ho.
So that's a total of 26.
26
Minus
is
3.
beats it by 1, and you are able to grip this thing. Your claws dig into the metal at the bottom of the crystal, and you just flex your muscles. Before we resolve this, the negatives, thanks to your coming out of resurrection sickness, do
already
they
technical.
come into play here at all?
I
He-
took them
you
off
had
just in
plus
case.
10, so
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for that. You, with a huge cracking sound, just break this pommel off of this sword, and it is now comes down to a smaller size. It's about the size of
A Dragon
cantaloupe.
Ball?
The size of a cantaloupe.
Guess who's back?
We started the session with watermelons and ended with cantaloupe.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And with that,
Walla, walla, walla.
you hop into your into the bloodstone and drive away. And we will determine in the time between now and next time whether or not being out of range has any effect on Wall of Force. As you see receding into the distance, this blue dragon just absolutely raging. I smell you! I'll find you! Just... Of course, you'll just Wall of Force him then, too. So,
Yeah, he looks a little blue.
thank you all for joining us tonight. Any announcements we need to speak about, Jade?